time together. What a test. What a great challenge for the defending champions.
Yeah, big challenge for San Diego as they are in front of this boisterous crowd. An absolute picture-perfect day by the East Bay. Temperature 72 degrees, not much wind at all, 12 miles and clear skies. And there is the kicker for the San Diego Chargers, John Carney. He will put it in play, and back deep for the Oakland Raiders is number 26, Napoleon Kaufman, and Raghib Ismail. Kaufman is the rookie. And at the goal line, Kaufman brings it out across the 15 and across the 20, close to the 25. Good return for the rookie out of Washington. And Jeff Hostetler comes out in his 12th year. Second highest total in Raider history last year he passed for. Up front, he'll need better protection. Wisniewski and Gogan are the Pro Bowlers. Dan Turk taking over for Mosbar. And Harvey Williams, 17 yards shy of 1,000. Derek Fenner is the new running back over from the Bengals, and the great wideouts, Tim Brown and Raghib Ismail.
And in the nickel, it's speed. Jet and Hobbs come in, and they go deep. Don't believe all this dink and dunk West Coast stuff. Hostetler and company is going to test everybody down the sidelines.
From the 25, the lone setback was Harvey Williams, but Hostetler through the air. And right away, he's got the new tight end, Kerry Cash. Defensively for the Chargers, one of the best front sevens you'll see in the NFL. Mims, Lee, Davis, Leslie O'Neal, the team's all-time sack leader. Junior Seau, 4 straight trips to the Pro Bowl. And Randy, a totally revamped secondary. Harper's the only returning.
Exactly. Starting that rookie, Terrence Shaw. When they go to the nickel, bring in Young, bring in Clark, bring in Harrison. If there's a flaw in this defense, it's defensive team speed in the secondary.
And a first down from Hostetler to Kerry Cash from the 35, and this is Williams' first carry, and lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Harvey Williams, 983 yards last year. As we mentioned, just 17 yards shy of the 1,000 mark. He was brought down by Sean Gale, the new addition for San Diego secondary over from Chicago.
Well, Harvey Williams is the definitive starting halfback, but look as the season goes on and this game goes on, you're going to see a little bit of everybody. Derek Finner's been running good in the preseason. You're going to see Kaufman. You're going to see a lot of 3 wides like we got right now.
And on second down, and 10 is complete to James Jett. And Jett picks up the first down for Oakland. 12-yard gain. Hostetler to Jett. Harvey Williams was complete, excuse me.
You know, Dan, that's one of the great additions to this offense. They can still go downtown, but the value of these backs out of the backfield, catching the ball in the flat, and then after they catch the ball, getting those extra yarders. They got Fenner's got good hands, Harvey Williams got good hands, and Napoleon Kaufman, for a rookie, has really absorbed this offense well.
Williams, the second leading receiver last year with 47 catches, and another 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the 46. And this time on the ground to Williams. And not much there at all for Harvey Williams, who got his new lease on his career after coming over from Kansas City last year.
You know, the key for these Raiders this year offensively is going to be the offensive line being able to blow people out, especially on the run. Last year, you mentioned the sacks, 50 against the Raider quarterbacks. They rushed for a little less than 95 yards a game, and Mike White there knows absolutely that offensive line has got to be the key to his season. That's why he brought Joe Bugel in here to be the offensive line coach.
5 years as an assistant. Mike White, now the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. Second down and 9. Hostetler with a quick drop, and this is complete to Williams. And Williams, a good gain into Charger territory.
Well, this Raider offense is coming out kind of like you'll see the Chargers offense later. They're going to run the ball some. When they throw it, they're going to throw it short. But you're always in the back of your mind as a defensive back. You got to be thinking down the field. Ralph Friedgen, the San Diego Charger offensive coordinator, is great at getting that ball down the field, taking his shots and taking his chances. Offensively for the Raiders, you can do all this little stuff you want. You can sell West Coast to death, but those guys running down the field just scares defense.
Well, we're told we see a lot of formations from the Raiders. In fact, the first 15 plays have been scripted. Hostetler now on 3rd and 6. Quick pump over the middle and not able to hang on. incomplete, intended for the Rocket Ragib Ismail, who is looking to be a bigger part of the Raider passing attack this year. Brought down or covered by Terrence Shaw, the rookie out of Stephen F. Austin, making his very first NFL start. So the Raiders back in punt formation, and Jeff Gossett, the 14-year veteran, set to punt to Andre Coleman, who had a great year in '94, including 3 kickoff returns, 4 touchdowns. And Gossett handling this one to the left side, and it's out of bounds.
Punt goes out of bounds
at the 12-yard line.
At the
42-yard punt.
42 yards on the punt.
And the Raiders will pin the Chargers back on their very first possession, and we'll see San Diego take to the offensive field when we come back.
Come on, move the car. Hey, move the car. Hey, what is wrong with you? Move the...
You ever hear anyone talk about life like you gotta chew it up and spit it out? You gotta want it so bad you can taste it. You gotta be hungry. If so, Gatorade has one question for you. You want something to drink with that? Because you're gonna be thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
Sandwich.
Taco Bell introduces the Texas Taco Sandwich. Oven-baked flatbread with chicken or beef and a tangy southwestern sauce. Starting at 99 cents. It tastes so big, it ought to be outlawed. Yummy.
Quarterback for the San Diego Chargers, Stan Humphries, in his 7th year out of Northeast Louisiana, and a healthy Stan Humphries who had elbow surgery in the offseason. He missed only 1 game last year, Randy, because of the dislocated elbow, but for the first time in a long time, he is pretty much 100%.
He really is. Wore a mechanical contraption on that left elbow during the season. Blew it on the driving range. The golf course tournament up at Pebble Beach. Won't wear elbow pads, won't wear anything on that arm. He's 100%.
From the 8, first and 10. And Humphries to the air right away, complete to the far side. And the offense up front for San Diego, and this offensive line has not had a lot of reps at all. Eric Moten, the big story, did not play at all last year with a debilitating knee injury.
A gain of 8 yards.
And Natron Means, the club record, 1,350 yards rushing. Papuno and Young in the basic set. And in the 3 wideouts, Harmon and Say come in. 2nd down and 2. And a handoff to Natron Means, trying to bull his way to first down yardage. Stopped by Greg Beaker, the Raiders' leading tackler. And the Raiders on defense, Harrison, Ball, McLaughlin, and Pat Swilling, the free agent, comes over from Detroit after 2 years there, 7 years with the Saints. Beaker, the leading tackler. McDaniel as fine a corner as you will see in the National Football League.
The big change for the Raiders defensive backfield. Remember, Patrick Bates walked out on the Raiders. Pratt comes in the nickel. Their depth defensively and their defensive backfield has been affected this week in this game by that move of Bates's.
As they measure for the first down, Means will have the first down.
Officials
Patrick Bates, simply tired of playing football, was the reason he gave.
Well, he'll be tired of football until that first time he goes to that check cashing store with a real check from a real world job. Then he'll be back.
There's Bobby Ross, who mentioned checking out of the hospital on Tuesday night. He had surgery to remove scar tissue which was pinching his intestine. The result of an appendectomy 35 years ago. He's weak, has lost 8 to 10 pounds, but says, I'll stand the entire game on the sidelines. As Humphries completes it over the middle to Sean Jefferson. And Jefferson close to first down yardage. Greg Beaker going to be on the stops for Oakland.
You know, Sean Jefferson's in here on the inside. That's where the big boys live. We're talking linebackers like Beekert and whatnot. And if he has his druthers, he doesn't want to go in there because of that. That's what happens to little wide receivers that go in against big linebackers.
First down from the 29, and Natron Means across the 30-yard line, brought down again by Beekert. Natron Means, a Pro Bowler in '94, and the Charger MVP, second leading rusher in the AFC, and really has not had a lot of time in the preseason after holding out for 11 days.
Well, you mentioned the offensive line doesn't have their connections together yet, but more importantly, Natron Means, watch him. How many first and second tackles does he break? He always used to do that. Can he still do it now?
Second down and 8, play action. Humphreys just getting rid of it downfield. Jefferson in the vicinity. That will bring up third down and long for the Chargers.
In the second meeting last year between these two teams, McLaughlin and Ball disrupted the inside of the the Chargers pass offense, and there's Jerry Ball. 6'1", 320-ish. He's what I refer to as an lineman. He's pretty basically bigger than everybody else out there, but he can still motor, and he's quicker than heck.
He's been to the Pro Bowl 3 times, but all with the Detroit Lions. Now a key third down here for San Diego. And Humphreys unable to connect. And that was intended for Tony Martin. Incomplete, and that will bring up fourth down in the punting unit.
You know,
Daniel.
Dan, nowhere is it more important for coordination than between lineman pass blocking. Swain, Moten, left side. Chester McLaughlin, Pat Swilling, left side. Chalk one up for McLaughlin and company, putting a little splatter on Humphreys.
And there is the new punter for San Diego, Darren Bennett, former Australian Rules Football League player. And Tim Brown lets it go, and it'll go inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. So a 53-yard punt by Darren Bennett, who averaged more than 47 yards in the preseason. Oakland in back. We're scoreless. 9:03 left in the first.
Dad?
Yeah?
There's something I want to tell you.
What is it, son?
Well, Dad, you're my dad. And I love you, man.
You're not getting my Bud Light, Johnny.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Ray, forget it, Johnny. Will that be paper or plastic? Sir? Sir? Paper? Plastic?
Plastic.
Well, at least you know how to get the groceries home. The always dependable Accord from Honda. Possibly the world's easiest decision.
Emma, seems like we've known each other forever.
Yeah, I know. 2 weeks.
Will you marry me? 'Cause Emma, I love you, man.
Oh, Johnny, you're not getting my Bud Light.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down,
Johnny?
make it a Bud Light.
Jane?
It's Joan.
Jane, Joan, whatever. I feel like I've known you forever.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by American Honda, celebrating their 25th anniversary of selling cars in America. By Visa, official card of the NFL. By Stanley, since 1843, Stanley has been helping people do things right. And by Bud Light, if you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Beautiful day by the East Bay. The first NFL regular season game in Oakland since the Raiders hosted the Bears December of 1981. Scoreless. 9:03 left in the first. Oakland sets up at the 15. First and 10. And unable to handle the ball is Williams for a moment. As Reuben Davis, the right tackle, made the stop.
I watch the exchange here between Hostetler and Williams, and what you don't see too much of here is as Harvey Williams is going to grab the ball, he thinks he has to cut back. And he does, because Sean Lee has got Kevin Gogan in the backfield right in his lap.
Second down and a long 9. Trying to fight his way up to the 20-yard line. Well, Harvey Williams amassed all those yards in just 10 starts last year. And he has his eyes on a 1,000-yard season.
You know, this is a defense for San Diego, whether it's Sehow or Leslie O'Neal or Ray Lee Johnson, whoever's in there, they go after the quarterback. And in these types of situations, when you sick your big dogs on that quarterback back there, these Chargers are one of the top teams coming off last year at putting the quarterback on the dirt.
From the 23rd and 6, Brown in motion. Hostetler, the ball batted away at the 11-yard line, and it's a loose football.
Yeah, that was Leslie O'Neal. I think he got his arm before it moved forward. I think this is going to be a fumble.
Now, Wisniewski may have recovered the football, but a Raider is down, injured as well.
That's Gerald Perry, the left tackle, number 71.
The ball was rolled, a fumble.
Watch what comes up here. Leslie O'Neal, bottom of the screen there, 91, working against Perry. A little rip under, gets the arm. Before it comes forward, it's a fumble. Big turnover early for the AFC champion Chargers.
Loss of 12 yards on the run.
There's a place in the Big Apple where New Yorkers rush to be on the cutting edge. It's Jean-Louis David. A touch of Paris right in the middle of Manhattan. So if you're looking for a new you, drop in anytime at any of their locations. You don't need an appointment, just your Visa card. Because when it comes to your hair and Jean-Louis David, American Express just won't cut it. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Geez, I gotta get to a hardware store. Building something? Sink's leaking. Sink's leaking? Talk to Bernie. Bernie? Bernie knows plumbing. Where does Bernie go? True Value. True Value. Official hardware store of the NFL. Official? Official.
True Value, the official hardware store of the NFL.
Yes, it's official.
Get this clever Smoky Joe grill, customized with your favorite NFL team logo for only $29.99.
Introducing the TL series from Acura. It has all the features of its luxury class competitors at a very competitive price. The Acura TL series. Once again, we've taken the concept of luxury in an entirely new direction. See the new, powerful Acura 3.2 TL, now at your Acura dealer.
In 2 weeks, Blue Hopes lead college football's most legendary team, the Fighting Irish, against the Commodores of Vanderbilt. Notre Dame football is home on NBC.
Next Sunday on NBC, Marino, Bledsoe, Elway, Aikman, a superstar quarterback doubleheader. Defenses beware on the NFL on NBC next Sunday.
Jeff Gossett forced to punt from his own end zone and a loss of 12 on the fumble. But here's Andre Coleman trying to get the Chargers in good field position and falling his way just across midfield.
The Chargers.
So a 47-yard punt by
Mike Morton brought it down for the Raiders.
And now Coleman limping off the field a little gingerly. He's missed a preseason game with an ankle, but Chargers awfully excited about the second-year man out of Kansas State, as Stan Humphries this time sets up the Chargers at midfield. No score, 7:04 left in the first.
Their big weapon is Natron Means. They got to get him on a roll early.
And they give it to Means, pulling his way to the 46. Brought down by Beekert, who has been very active very early. There is the injured Oakland Raider. That is Gerald Perry being taken off, number 71 for the Raiders. And there is Greg Beeford.
So Greg Beeker's going to see all of number 20 he really wants, because Natron means the running back, you got to give him the ball 20, 25 times at his size and his speed so he really gets warmed up.
Humphreys to the air, and he's got number 86, Alfred Papunu, complete from his tight end spot for a gain of 11. 21 catches last year for Papunu, and he records his first in 95.
This offense is set up so that every time it seems they throw to Alfred Papunu, whether it's down the sideline, over the middle of the field, or in the flat like this guy's wide open. He's got great hands, caught over 80 passes his senior year at Weber State, and you get the ball near Papunu, he doesn't waste the toss toward him.
Humphreys to the air, and he's got Martin open, but he was unable to hook up.
Intended for Tony Martin.
Tony Martin had gotten the step on Eddie Anderson.
And give the unable to get it to him credit to Pat Swilling coming from that defensive left side that time. He was all over Humphreys, was right in his face, and if Humphreys has another half second, that's 6 points.
Tony Martin, his second year as a Charger, had the huge first year last year, career high 7 touchdowns caught. Second down and 10 for Humphreys at the Raider 35. An exchange fumbled from the center, Courtney Hall, as Humphreys had begun to take a drop back.
Remember, we talked about this offensive line not having much coordination time. Courtney Hall's only had 20 live snaps this preseason so far, coming back from a host of injuries last year, and that is a very, very lucky one there for Stan Humphreys and the Chargers. You know, Hall had elbow surgery, he had knee surgery, shoulder. I mean, if it had a joint just about on his body, he had a surgery on it.
Bicep and a knee. Now 3rd and 13. Humphreys going up top deep, wants Martin again, and is it intercepted? That's Eddie Anderson. And he's got the interception. 19th career for Anderson.
We saw Pat Swilling put pressure on earlier. He puts pressure on Humphreys again, and that's why this ball floats up like this. They have him on the outside. They have him on the inside. Mr. Inside is Anderson. He gets up for the ball at the perfect time. No one else had a shot at this one. Just a wonderful play by Anderson. Backs up his offense, but it keeps the Chargers from pinning him.
19th career interception for Eddie Anderson. His 10th year out of Fort Valley State.
And now the Raiders are going to find out if this offensive line minus Perry can get this running game blasting out deep.
This is the give to Derek Fenner. And Fenner signed as the unrestricted free agent after 3 seasons with the Bengals and the Seahawks. In his 8th year out of North Carolina, and the Raiders are excited to have Fenner. Very versatile.
Robert Jenkins out of UCLA. He's done a lot of starting time when he was back with the LA Rams. He's in at left tackle right now, and if I'm going after this offense, I focus right there with my best pass rusher, Leslie O'Neal.
Oakland still pinned back. 2nd down and 10. Some movement by O'Neal early as a flag comes out, and so will Hostetler. Diving to the 10-yard line. Short of a first down, but O'Neal appeared to have jumped. We'll hear from our referee today, Dick Hantak.
Leslie O'Neal was a little anxious, just like we said. He's going after the quarterback, and I think he jumped about 5 yards too early. Decision time, because it's going to be short of a first down for the Raiders.
Mike White. And we'll hear from Dick Hantak.
Offsides, defense number 91. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
3rd and very short. Watch Leslie O'Neal right here. Blood's in the water. He's going after the quarterback. A little early.
So 3rd down and very short. Eric Ball in the backfield for Oakland, along with Derek Fenner on short yardage. And they'll give it to Fenner. Strung out along the left side. Good pursuit by the Chargers, but the Raiders pick up the 1st down.
Now this is a good offensive play and a good defensive play. Watch, the defense stuffs it in the middle, strings them outside, but Fenner has enough speed to get this 1st down. But look at that pursuit. There are 5, count them, 5 Chargers within a couple yards of the running back. That is defensive football. That's how Dave Adolph wants his defenders chasing the guy.
Adolph replacing Bill Arnsparger, who retired after the Super Bowl season last year. Again, the draw to Fenner up the middle. Fenner, the leading rusher for the Bengals in 1994. Sean Gale, the former Bear, made the stop.
Good call here by the Raiders coaches, because you want your guys to slow down their guys a little bit, and nothing's better than sending your big running backs. Williams leading through the hole for Fenner, but that'll slow down Leslie O'Neal and company a little bit, because they're coming up hard on the outside, but the power part of the rush is from the inside with Davis and Lee for the Chargers.
There's Derek Fenner, good size, 6'3", 240. And Harvey Williams gets the call, and he's close to 1st down yardage. Let's go down to Jim Gray on the field. Jim?
All right, Dan, Gerald Perry was taken off for x-rays off the field. When he came off the field, they put his right forearm into a splint. Don't want to speculate, but the trainers were looking at it very concerned. He's probably not going to make it back today as he's getting x-rays, and it was immobile. Dan?
All right, Jim, thank you.
Well, we saw that right there on that last play, Dan. Joe Bugle, offensive line coach now for the Oakland Raiders. The old counter tray at both his backside guard and tackle pulling, leading through the hole, and very effectively run for some extremely large offensive linemen for the Raiders on that play.
About this Raiders coaching staff, Jim Fossil, the quarterback's coach. Bugle is there, along with Mike White. Costello rolling right, plenty of time, will run, and dances out of bounds across the 30. And he's close to another Raider 1st down. And Hosteller will run if he has to. The coaches don't like to see it.
Well, the coaches, a lot of owners, and the players don't like to see their quarterbacks run, but you're going to hear us describing both these quarterbacks in this game as tough, as blue-collar guys, as linemen's kind of a quarterback. And here's why. He could have slid. He could have gone out of bounds, but he gets the 1st down. That's risking injury, but that fires up your offensive team.
You're right. Humphrey's a 6th-round draft pick. They're not the prototype celebrity NFL quarterbacks. Hosteller, a 3rd-round pick. But the 2nd leading rusher for the Raiders last year. He's got the 1st down, ball at the 43. Quick drop. And a quick pass to Andrew Glover for a gain of 17. Sean Gale made the stop. But that's an example of the quick drop and the quick passing procedures that we'll see from Haas.
Well, watch how things in motion goes on top, underneath. Glover breaks through the middle, right over the hash marks. Gale makes the hit, but that is exactly the area of the football field the 49ers exploited against these Chargers in the Super Bowl, and it's the area of the most concern for the San Diego Chargers defensive staff.
Raiders, with the addition of Kerry Cash, now have a couple of very able tight ends. Hostetter back, and this one complete to Darryl Hobbs. And Hobbs close to yet another Raider 1st down. The rookie Terrence Shaw ran Hobbs out of bounds.
Well, Terrence Shaw, for a rookie, has extremely good technique and poise. I was really impressed with this young man. But one-on-one, he's giving way too much room to a Hobbs, and that is out of extreme respect for Hobbs' speed. He doesn't want to get Hobbs by him. He knows, told us yesterday, I can't let any of these guys get a step or two on me or they're gone.
Corrigan Kaufman is in the Raider offensive set. The rookie out of Washington, and Kaufman gets the carry. He was the Raiders' #1 pick And Mike White told us that he'll be used as more than just a third down back.
Everybody kind of wanted to pigeonhole this guy when he came to the Raiders as a, like you'll see Ronnie Harmon for the Chargers, a third down specialist. Well, he's not really a third down specialist. He's so good running the ball, you can't waste his talents on third.
First quarter in the books from Oakland, and we're scoreless. The Raiders and Chargers in the return to the Bay.
Introducing the TL series from Acura. It has all the features of its luxury class competitors at a very competitive price. The Acura TL series. Once again, we've taken the concept of luxury in an entirely new direction. See the new, powerful Acura 3.2 TL, now at your Acura dealer.
I know there really is something about being a soldier. It started the moment I got here. The word can't vanished. This was advanced training. This was the training I came in for. My folks are proud of what I've done. I'm proud of who I am. I'm a soldier.
You know, Linda's been my barber, stylist for years. Months. And a while back, she told me.
Stop squirming.
No. She said I should do something about my flakes. I said, get a new barber? She said, get new Head and Shoulders. I said, you're serious? She said, yeah. Now it has Micro D, which fights flakes better without stripping your hair of the oils it needs. So my hair feels no flakes. And I owe it all to my stylist.
New Head and Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
It's time once again to sign up for the 95 Gatorade Punt, Pass, and Kick competition. It's open to boys and girls ages 8 to 15, with local competition held in every NFL city. No charge for participation. Call 1-800-NFL-SNAP.
Scoreless first quarter in Oakland. Dan Hicks with Randy Cross and the MetLife Blimp teaming up with NBC Sports, providing this beautiful area view of the Oakland Coliseum. Snoopy 2. Doesn't require a home base, constantly on the road, logging over 60,000 miles a year as Oakland sets up at the Charger 41, second and 10. And Hostetler running left as a flag was thrown earlier. He's got lots of room inside the 20. And they mark him at the 16, but again, a flag is down as Hostetler picked up 18.
They're marking that ball down about the 23-24-yard line, but the whole thing is going to be the, some sort of a jump off sides either way.
Pardon me. Offside defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
So the Haas scramble will stand.
Junior Seau trying to pressure, trying to make something happen, trying to time a blitz. Oops. And another great scramble by Jeff Hostetler. Another situation he could have gone down. He tried for the extra yards.
And Junior Seau played in just one preseason game. The last, he did have 9 tackles in that game, but he was dealing with a hamstring injury. He suffered in the very first practice for the Chargers, so Junior, not necessarily 100%. And again, flags come out.
Encroachment. Defense prior to the snap. Number 94. 5 yards. Still first down.
Watch Chris Mims, number 94, right there. Just barely in front of the snap that hit is, but both these defensive linemen, especially on the inside of defensive tackle, when they're anywhere around the ball or the center, not only the Raider linemen, but the Charger linemen, love to take up all the ball they can. You look at Jerry Ball, you look at inside with Davis and Lee and Mims, they're going to be offsides half the time. It's a matter of whether or not they're going to call it.
First and 5. And the 12th play of this drive is Harvey Williams trying to find room around the right side and pick up the first down. I believe he got it. brought down by Dennis Gibson, number 57 of San Diego.
First down, Raiders.
Watch coming from the backside, the right of the screen. The counter tray. Wisniewski, Jenkins. Nice hole, good gain for the Raiders, and they're finding soft spots right now against one of the league's best run defenses.
Well, the injury report in on Gerald Perry, a broken right forearm. So the big left tackle will not return today. Williams, the lone setback. Another 1st and 10 from the 13. Williams up the middle, met head-on at the 10-yard line by Sean Gale. 11 seasons with Chicago, where he played a lot of positions in that secondary, but he's the guy the Chargers look to add some toughness to this secondary.
Well, that's what he was known for in Chicago. He was known as a banger. You know, you got those safeties, the old tradition of Fensick and Plank and those guys, and he maintained that. He really brings it to this team right now, but, you know, toughness isn't necessarily what they need so much in the middle. I think if you're not fast and tough in the middle, people are going to take advantage of it.
Center in motion, and that is who Haas goes to. And he is versatile. Caught 36 balls for the Bengals last year.
Well, he's been with the Bengals, he's been with the Seahawks, and he's with an offense right now, and Jeff Hostetler that is moving this ball around. Tim Brown is conspicuous by his lack of use right now. They're not getting the ball much to their best wide receiver. But what they're telling Dave Adolph and his Charger defense is we're going to get everybody the ball.
Third and 3, Hostetler, and there is Tim Brown for the touchdown. And what a drive by the Oakland Raiders. 99 yards, and we hadn't seen a lot of Brown at all, and he caps it off.
Jeff Hostetler had the second best year of any Raider quarterback in their history. In this offense, with these receivers, he will have the best year of his career this year.
And this is Cole Ford, who is on the roster for the injured Jeff Jager. And he's got the point after. And Oakland strikes first in Oakland, 7-0.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. This is dull. Doesn't have to be.
And now the starting lineup. That groom from Texas, Billy Clyde Humphrey. And at Bride, a 5'6" debutante from Alabama, Nell Peterson. The Humphrey wedding brought to you by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good. The vows are up.
I do.
I do.
And they're good. Whoa, Nelly!
That was beautiful, man. One of these hammers is jacketed in high-impact polycarbonate. The other one is broken. The fiberglass jacketed hammer from Stanley.
Go ahead. Make a wish. Then share it with your Allstate agent, who knows planning makes wishes come true, and who can outline a life insurance plan to assure family security and college funding and a comfy retirement are in the stars for you. So make your wish and trust it to your Allstate agent, who wants to be your agent for life.
To make here. Watch the short roll to Hostetler's right to evade the pressure he's been getting. Great execution by Hostetler and a beautiful catch by Tim Brown. working against Clark. But watch, if Tim Brown's arms are 38 inches long, right there, they're about 39, 40 inches long. Watch him nab this ball and just snag it. Wow. That's what you expect from All-Pro Pro Bowl.
And it all came, the 99-yard drive after the interception thrown by Humphries. This is Andre Coleman from the 5, brought down quickly at about the 16-yard line. And that is where the Chargers will begin. Raiders lead it. Touchdown for Tim Brown.
Introducing the new Plymouth Grand Voyager. It's filled with clever ideas. Now there's a sliding door on this side and this side. 27% more room for you and all your stuff. And seats that roll out of the way. A gazillion cup holders that hold almost anything. Plus more safety and greater visibility. You can carry more and do more. The new Plymouth Grand Voyager. It simply slides, folds, protects, unfolds, rolls, and drives better.
In the Stanley Laboratories, we find out just how good our decorative mirror doors are by opening and closing them over 100,000 times. Funny, isn't that the same way you do it? Decorative mirror doors from Stanley.
If you let me play. If you let me play sports. I will like myself more. I'll have more self-confidence. If you let me play sports. If you let me play. If you let me play. I'll be 60% less likely to get breast cancer. I will suffer less depression. If you let me play sports. I will be more likely to leave a man or beat If you let me play. I'll be less likely to get pregnant before I want to. I will learn what it means to be strong. To be strong. If you let me play. Play sports. If you let me play sports.
Maybe you'll get a MasterCard so you can use one card for practically everything. Maybe you'll get one because no card is more accepted. Or maybe you just like to save 15% on that altimeter compass stopwatch. Presenting Master Values, immediate savings on all kinds of things. Because while MasterCard can make your life easier, saving around $1,000 on a Royal Caribbean cruise couldn't hurt. Look for your MasterCard invitation in the mail and apply today.
Sold out Oakland Coliseum. The Raiders on top 7-0. It was a great atmosphere coming into the game today. The tailgaters out. Some people dressed in the same T-shirts and garb that I'm sure has been in the drawer for 13-plus years. Humphries to the air on first down, and he swings it out. And it's complete to Papunu, and the Raiders converge on Papunu. Terry McDaniel led the surge. Jerry Ball also there.
Jerry Ball. Again, 1 yard. 2nd and 9.
Papunu catches this ball in the flat. They stand him up. Low bridge. Out.
Terry McDaniel applying the hit. 2nd down, long 9. To Harmon, dances outside and up close to the 30.
Brought down by Eddie Anderson.
Got an excellent block from Papunu. Eddie Anderson, the free safety, makes the stop.
Ronnie Harmon and Terrell Fletcher are going to be great change-up backs for Stan Humphries in this offense, because you've got to not only get him with linebackers in pass coverage, he's got incredible quickness, as does Fletcher, and they can make linebackers and defensive linemen with a little air around them look extremely bad, as they did there.
Another good year of numbers for Harmon, 58 receptions, tied for the team lead. And he's got the first down. To Means, left side, and he's across the 30, breaks loose across midfield, and they'll run Means out of bounds in Raider territory at about the 36. Eddie Anderson finally read him out of bounds, but not before a 35-yard rip by Natron.
Natron Means, 5'10", 240 pounds. Asked him yesterday, hey, would you rather run over somebody or run around him?
First attempt.
Here's a 240-pound wiggle. That's when, if you're a defender, you're hoping, I hope nobody's watching, I know.
Well, Bobby Ross said, you know, there's been speculation that he'd be rusty, but he says he's a young guy. He'll bounce back easily. And up the middle is Rodney Culver. who didn't have a carry until game 15 last year with the Chargers, played his first 2 seasons with the Colts.
And one thing Ralph Friedgen right now, the offensive coordinator, is doing with the backfield of the Chargers is he's given the Raiders defense something to think about with his personnel. Give him all kinds of different body types and body works to go at.
So second down and short, call it 2. And Culver will call again, but he'll lose yardage. Met by a host of Raiders, led by Mike Jones.
Picked up by Mike Jones. Well, it was just a good job because they had lined Alfred Papunu up as a fullback. And when your fullback can't get any momentum, can't make a hole, you're in trouble. Backside pull coming from Eric Moten, and you see Papunu, 86, just gets stuffed into the backfield.
Loss of 3, and that now brings up third down and 6. Humphreys over the middle, Jefferson. Jefferson's got the first down and more. He's inside the 20. Gain of 13 for Sean Jefferson. His first year as a starter last year, really emerged with 30 catches.
The first down. That's really the value of a short passing game into a zone defense like this. You get a receiver open, and when he finds an open space, he is gone. You see McDaniel trying to trail him after he slips, but I really like what Ralph Friedgen and Stan Humphries are accomplishing right now.
And again, this means dancing out to the left side. But a flag has been thrown. And the preliminary holding call against the Chargers.
Chester McLaughlin was about 3 yards deep in the backfield right after the snap. He almost totally disrupted that play. I think that's where that hold had to come from. Little reach back and grab.
So that will move the Chargers back.
Holding. Offense. Number 72. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
Holding call on Harry Swain. He's coming off knee surgery. We've talked so much about this injury-depleted offensive line for San Diego. He was only able to play in 1 preseason
from
contest.
the 27.
It's just tough, you know, talking to Carl Mock, their offensive line coach. He says, my guys have no reps. You don't want them to have to learn on the fly like this. They've been together before. There's only one new guy in Eric Moten.
First and 20, and Humphries is going to go down at the 40. Anthony Smith.
Anthony Smith, the defensive end, has been feared on the Raiders defense the last couple of years. John Fox, the coordinator, says this guy's sort of taking one for the team, being a backup nickel rusher. Not a regular player, but boy, do you have to love what the Raiders defense has answered with this last couple of plays right here. Chargers had something going. They were excited. They smelled the score. Want to see excited?
Loss of 12 as the Chargers backed up, second and 31. Humphrey stumbles, regains his footing, and completes the pass. It's complete to Jefferson, who's able to strip away from one tackler. James Trapp on the stop for Oakland, gain of 13.
Gain of 13 yards to the 25.
There's Ralph Friedgen calling this series of plays for the Chargers. A real challenge for a guy like Ralph when you get in these types of situations. You see a list in front of him, a little folder? Believe me, there's nothing in there that says, what do I call on 3rd and 18? You call a 10-yard pass and hope for a couple broken tackles.
Well, he called the shots when Bobby Ross was in the hospital in the preseason, but 3rd and 18. Humphreys looking for Mark Say, who was spun around by Terry McDaniel, incomplete. Well, bring up 4th down. John Carney comes onto the field for San Diego.
Well, short of a broken tackle, that wasn't going to be a first down, but it would have been a chip shot field goal.
18.
And this is far from a chip shot right now, about 43 yards.
For the Chargers.
43 yards is what this attempt will be.
Will attempt a 43-yard field goal.
For the All-Pro, John Carney into the win. It's enough leg, but it is just wide to the left. And the Oakland Raiders hold, and they continue to lead 7-0.
Not everything is black and white. Some things are black and white. Or black and green. Occasionally black and blue. Pro player home and away jackets come in all these colors and reverse to all of these colors. The only guys who have pro player jackets are black and white. Refs, no way. They never reverse anything. No, Foot Locker, the guys in stripes, black and white. The pro player reversible jacket, reverse it.
Here's another clever idea from Plymouth. To make the new Plymouth Grand Voyager even more versatile, they simply went back to the drawing board. And voila, a driver's side sliding door was born. Now it's twice as easy to get into, twice as easy to get out of, twice as easy to load, twice as easy to unload. Grand Voyager. It simply slides, folds, protects, unfolds, rolls, and drives better.
I've always wanted to do this. With NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV, you get up to 13 regular season games live every Sunday. So if Washington is blowing out the Bucs, just switch to the 49ers Saints game. But hey, is Emmitt Smith breaking the rushing record? Are the Giants crushing the Eagles? You get it. Not on cable, but with DirecTV and this. Now that's a game plan. To get NFL Sunday Ticket on the 18-inch DSS dish of your choice, call 1-800-DIRECTV.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by the all-new Plymouth Grand Voyager, the next generation of the minivan, by American Express, by DirecTV, it's personalized TV, and by Coors Light, shipped cold to preserve the clean taste of the Rockies. Coors Light, tap the Rockies.
Football's fabulous people.
And we welcome you back to Oakland, Raider fans. Happy about the 7-0 lead, 6:36 left.
Congratulations.
In the opening first half of this 1995 season, and a total yard story. Oakland on top. But San Diego's had its opportunities. They got in a great scoring position before the Raider defense came alive. Hostetler passing on first down, and it is complete to Raghib Ismail, brought down by Dennis Gibson.
One thing you're going to see with this Raider offense, besides the going downtown, which will eventually get around to be assured, is these guys like Ishmael and Mike Brown remember what great punt returners they were. A guy like Mike White knows if I can get the ball in these guys' hands 3, 4, 5 yards down the field, they have the ability to turn that into 40, 50-yard games.
Hostetler, 8 of 9 so far. Keep it on the ground. Harvey Williams. Short of the first down. It will bring up third down. Brought down by Dennis Gibson. And the last highlight we can remember from Dennis Gibson, of course, was knocking down the pass, the Neil O'Donnell pass, on the goal line in the AFC Championship game, which propelled the Chargers into the Super Bowl, and then it went downhill from there.
Another good early test for this offensive line of the Raiders. Can they blow this big physical inside of the Chargers off?
Down by Hostetler, and he'll lose a few yards.
By Sean Lee.
9-yard loss. Sean Lee in there to help bring Hostetler down.
Now watch Sean Lee working on a little stunt game, they call it, inside. You work in, you got your end, Ray Lee Johnson coming inside, taking people with you, and you've got a clear shot to the quarterback.
Brings up 4th and 10.
Good push by the inside, nice stump by the left side.
And once again, the punt. Andre Coleman stands back on his own 24. This one takes a Charger bounce. Raiders will down it at about the 37-yard line. Just a 30-yard punt by Gossett, and we'll be right back.
Actually, Abercrombie & Kent isn't in the business of travel at all. We're really in the business of satisfying people's dreams. You go to university, you grow as a person. I believe travel is every bit as important as university. I think the American Express card gives one the confidence and the security to go to the farthest corners of the globe. Everybody knows the card, so it's just part of the culture.
I got it!
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Here's another clever idea from Plymouth. In the new Plymouth Grand Voyager, a seat is not only a seat, it's a table and a cup holder. It can come with a drawer, and one seat can convert into 2 reclining child safety seats. Overall, the Plymouth Grand Voyager seats are the best minivan seats on wheels. In fact, they're the only minivan seats on wheels. Clever idea. Plymouth Grand Voyager. It simply slides, folds, protects, unfolds, rolls, and drives better.
It happens once every 2 years.
I'm just thinking about it now. I'm getting goosebumps. It means that much.
For the honor, for their country.
You wanted that trophy to go to all America and to your players.
The Ryder Cup, September 23rd and 24th on NBC.
That was some quick breaking news already we told you about on the NFL on NBC today. The Dolphins, no evidence of a salary cap violation. And, of course, regarding Dan Marino, Raiders will fight the NFL's lawsuit. And Deion Sanders, pressured by the video game company Sega about what uniform he'll finally wear for the 95 season. As the Chargers give it to Natron Means. As they begin this series, Greg Biekert on the stop for Oakland. And there is Al Davis, president of the general partner. And behind him, Joseph Aliota. Right behind him there, the legal counsel of the Raiders. And who knows? Spoke to him this morning as the NFL and Oakland could be engaged in another battle, yet another battle. Second down. Chargers move on the ground once again. So,
and one way you can tell it's early in the season. The breaking news has absolutely nothing to do with football. Nothing. We're talking about stocks. We're talking about lawsuits. We're talking about video games.
And third down and 3. Ball at the 45 now for the Chargers. They trail it 7-0. Quick hitter over the middle to Tony Martin.
Pass is complete to Tony Martin.
And Martin, depending on where they spot it, close to the first down. And I believe he will get it. They do indeed move the chains. So first down for San Diego.
Gain of 5 yards in the play.
And there is Bobby Ross, who just had the staples removed Friday night. Said he lost 8 to 10 pounds after the surgery, but said, I'll be there on the sideline all game long. Means on the first down as a flag comes in.
That's right there in the area of holding. And, you know, that's something this Raiders front line disrupted in the second game last year, the blocking patterns. When guys start getting loose, you don't want them to hit your back. Guys reach out and grab. Carl Mock, the offensive line coach of the Chargers. We should say he's strongly disagreeing.
Holding. Offense, number 53, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down, first down.
And that is on the offensive co-captain, Courtney Hall.
Right now, what Carl Mock has seen his offense do is get a penalty on this drive, got a penalty on the drive before that of holding. They can't right now get that sync going, get that rhythm going they're used to.
Already penalized 3 times for 25 yards. And this one incomplete to Martin, really on the wrong shoulder of Martin as he had to spin back in for the Humphreys pass.
Incomplete pass.
Here's Martin working against Lewis. Look how Lewis is positioned. He is positioned perfectly to cut off that inside type of route. Would have been a completion, but good point, Dan. Ball thrown badly behind Martin.
So now second down and 20 for the Chargers. 2:33 left in the first half. Deep drop by Humphries, and this time Martin has it. That's almost stripped the tackle, and he's in the Raider territory. 19-yard gain.
A gain of 19 on the play.
Well, the reason a quarterback like Stan Humphries goes right back to a Tony Martin. Last year in September, this guy went 99 yards with a reception. Big playability. Albert Lewis, wrap him up. Never gets near him. He gets the knees going and the speed started. You are not going to catch a Tony Martin.
And we've reached the 2-minute warning in Oakland. The AFC defending champ San Diego Chargers trail.
Introducing the new Plymouth Grand Voyager. It's filled with clever ideas. Now there's a sliding door on this side and this side. 27% more room for you and all your stuff. And seats that roll out of the way. A gazillion cup holders that hold almost anything. Plus more safety and greater visibility. You can carry more and do more. The new Plymouth Grand Voyager. It simply slides, folds, protects, unfolds, rolls, and drives better.
Frank?
Hey, Ted, how you doing?
Great, how's the house?
Fantastic, I'm painting the den.
Great, need any help?
No, thanks, Ted, the hardware guy helped me.
Where'd you go?
True Value.
Isn't that the official hardware store of the NFL?
What? Yes, it is.
That's great.
True Value, the official hardware store of the NFL. Isn't that great?
See you later, Frank.
Oh, okie dokie, Ted.
Get GE 2-pack outdoor floodlights for just $4.95 after a $2 mail-in rebate.
Domino's presents Gus and the Guy's Guide to the Game.
First of all, you got to be prepared. Adjust seatage so as not to obscure the tube.
Always keep a beverage with an easy grasp.
And don't ever forget to make the correct call.
Exactamundo.
Domino's. Coming through with the ultimate deep dish. Thick and zesty crust. Cheese baked to the edge. Delivered free. Order any deep dish and get buffalo wings for $3.99.
Gentlemen, let the games begin.
Next Sunday, the NFL on NBC starts at 12:30 Eastern with a look at Dallas's dynamic duo of Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin, followed by a big doubleheader. First, Marino's Dolphins face Bledsoe's Patriots, or the Raiders battle the Redskins. Then, the Cowboys. Troy Aikman and America's team hosts Elway and the Broncos. The NFL on NBC next Sunday.
Low-scoring first half. So far, Oakland on top 7-0. And San Diego now with a crucial third down try here of about a yard. Both teams with the full complement of 3 timeouts left in this first half.
Attitude play for the Chargers. You don't need timing and coordination to blow off the ball and make a little crack for a 240-pound running back.
And there is Means, and Means has the first down.
A nice job by the offensive line of the Chargers. No penetration out of the Raiders. They blow right off the ball, get the helmets on the helmets. Watch a little bounce. A little bounce and spin, a little move out of the big fella there in the hole. Not something you expect out of a big physical runner in a short yardage situation, but that's what makes his whole package so dangerous.
Clock running, minute 30 left. Going deep downfield, going to Jefferson for the touchdown, 39 yards.
Touchdown, San Diego.
A beautiful pass by Stan Humphries, but even better than that is the concentration of Jefferson at the last moment. That ball is laid in there just perfectly. Watch what happens. Motion inside. He'll end up on Hoskins, 20. Here comes the ball. Watch Hoskins' left arm. That's some good concentration and an absolutely perfect lay-in by Stan Humphries.
And the reaction by Stan Humphries as Carney tries to tie it up at 7 apiece. Carney has the extra point, and the Chargers strike back in a hurry to tie it at 7 apiece.
AT&T presents The Uncertain World of Football. In 1981, the Colts lined up for what appeared to be an easy chip shot field goal. That's when the unexpected occurred.
And it's going to be pulled out of bounds and lateraled around. Now here's Landry. Landry to the 5. Landry is going in for a touchdown.
That's the wildest play in the history of the league.
Oh, Cliff, do you have a second? Sure. Listen, I know we're not getting the savings that you expected from our new long-distance company, but I have a solution here. We could go back to AT&T at a guaranteed competitive price.
Thank you, Brian.
Cliff, I've solved our long-distance savings problems. Look, AT&T guarantees competitive prices.
Nice work, Danielle.
Switch to AT&T for guaranteed competitive prices. Call 1-800-COMPARE. In fact, we'll give you 1 month's worth of long distance up to $200 if you don't agree.
Cliff.
AT&T, for the life of your business.
You know, these Tostitos are baked.
Get out of here.
Really? But so tasty. Oh, I had this party, and I told everyone that baked Tostitos are low in fat, but nobody believed me.
Wow.
Baked Tostitos have only 1 gram of fat per serving, but they don't taste it.
These are baked? Get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Really? They're baked?
No, really. Get out of here.
Baked Tostitos, tortilla chips, and fat-free salsa. You got Tostitos, you got a party.
Okay, that's everything.
And you know where we're going, right?
NBC Sunday night.
NBC Sunday night, right.
You know, I don't know why you're moving. Seems like a perfectly good place where you are.
Please stop saying that.
Mad About You is moving to Sundays, 8, 7 Central, starting in 2 weeks on NBC.
Late in the first half, 39-yard touchdown reception by Sean Jefferson ties it up. Coming up at halftime, it's the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC halftime report. Greg Gumbel, Mike Ditkin, Joe Gibbs, and Joe Montana ready to run down all the scores and highlights from this week number 1 in the NFL. Tommy to kick off. That is the Rocket. Calling it in, looking for some room around the 20 before he brought down.
Took the kickoff in the 4-yard
Brought down by Willie Clark of San Diego.
I mentioned earlier about Ralph Friedgen there and what a great job he did last year, and he's doing this year, anticipating and taking his shots. You saw a short one to Martin really set up the 3rd and short. You saw the short run by Natron Means, and then bang! Humphrey stands in there like a stud, throws it right on the money. The execution goes to the players, but the thought and the planning goes to a great job of a longtime assistant of Bobby Ross's. 18 years Ralph Friedgen's been with Bobby Ross, and it's a nice job by the coaching staff.
Steller buying some time and just throwing it away, stopping the clock with 1:05 left, a flag in the backfield.
He was still in the pocket right there. He'd not gotten outside the tackles. They're going to get him for grounding.
There's no foul on the play. There was a receiver in the area. No intentional grounding called. 2nd down.
Wow. A receiver. Well, let's see if we can find one of Mike White's guys there that has an eligible number on near him. This is a sack waiting to happen, and that is Harvey Williams. Ball's going over the top. Very nice call.
Steller with some room, and he'll go down to the 30-yard line, short of the first down, so it'll bring up 3rd and short. Clock continuing to run under a minute. Oakland with all of its timeouts. And now the clock is stopped with 50 seconds remaining. And there's the timeout indicated by the Raiders.
This is a 40-second timeout.
So they have 2 left. And high above the sold-out Oakland Coliseum, the MetLife Blimp contains over 70,000 cubic feet of helium, measures almost 50 yards in length from nose to tail. Good time to be flying over the Bay Area.
Our figures on head coach Mike White.
Sunday in Oakland.
Pro Football Hall of Fame.
absolutely a gorgeous day, a perfect football day in my opinion. Football days aren't 40 degrees and crisp.
Your
This
opinion.
is a perfect football day. You got some big pass plays. You got some hard hitting. Right here, you got third and short. You don't want to do anything dumb, take a chance, and put the ball at risk. Mike White does not want his quarterback, Jeff Hostetler, putting it where San Diego can get their hands on it and get quick points. If you throw a pass, it's high percentage.
There is Dave Adolph.
You're Dave Adolph, the Chargers defensive coordinator. You man up on those wide receivers and you attack with your linebackers.
Adolph, of course, spent the last 3 years as the defensive coordinator in Kansas City. From the 30. And that is a pitch to Napoleon Kaufman, and Kaufman picks up the first down yardage. The Huskies' all-time leader in rushing and all-purpose yards. Picks up the first time, and the Raiders in the hurry-up now.
If you're not going to take a shot down the field right now, what you want to do is keep the ball away from the Chargers.
And Hostetler dumps it over the middle to Kaufman, looking for more first down yardage. He's got it, and he's into Charger territory. 18-yard gain, and another timeout quickly called with 15 seconds left.
You know, Dan, as the Raiders move down here, obviously trying to set themselves up, Hostetler's thinking, let's get in field goal range. Remember, Jeff Jaeger last week in that last preseason game over at Stanford Stadium badly twisted his knee. It was an injury that was he first had in Minnesota against the Vikings, re-aggravated it last week. And Cole Ford is now the kicker. Mike White says he has 50-plus range, but he wants at least 15 more yards for this guy.
They had a kicking contest in practice. It came down to Cole Ford, who was 7th-round draft pick by the Steelers, and also came down to him and Joe Nedney, who is a left-footed kicker, and I think they felt a lot more comfortable, at least the holder Jeff Gossett, holding for a right-footed kicker. So Cole Ford gets the call. He went to USC, and they do have confidence in the strength of his leg.
Remember, anytime you get into these sort of prevent defenses like this, they tend to sort of try to funnel things towards the inside of the field, which gets you room in the inside of the field. Watch things in the dirt of the infield over the middle.
Steller pumps him and tries to run, and is brought down around the line of scrimmage as the clock stops now with just 7 seconds left.
Backup defensive tackle John Perella, number 97, and they're giving some of those other big guys a little blow.
And the Raiders have taken their third and final timeout of this half with 7 seconds left, faced with a second down and 11 from the Charger 49.
Now here's if you're Jeff Hostetler and Mike White on the sideline, you have a little bit of an advantage if you've got your guys like Hobbs and Jet and Tim Brown and Ishmael. You've got fast receivers. You've got 7 seconds left. You need a deep, long out. You need protection from Joe Bugle there's offensive line. And whatever you do, it better happen in 6 seconds, or this half is over, and the last few plays have just been sort of an exercise.
Joe Bugle spent last year, the offseason, out of coaching for the first time in 30 years. Of course, the former head hog in Washington and the head coach of the Cardinals, but he's been in 3 Super Bowls. Going to the far side of the field. It's complete and out of bounds with 2 seconds left. Is Tim Brown. A flag has been thrown.
A penalty flag in the play.
That flag came out of deep first base up there at the top of the screen. And that says defensive holding to me. The play would put the ball in the 41-42, which would set up a long, or 36-37, a long field goal. Here's our penalty. Watch Shaw, the rookie, 29, Tim Brown. Talked about his technique. One of your techniques is holding as an offensive lineman or a defensive back. That was holding. They declined that penalty, and this is going to be a long first NFL field goal attempt for Cole Ford.
The way to indoctrinate yourself in the NFL, the rookie Cole Ford, who will have a little bit of a breeze behind him, but the 16-yard pass play to Brown gives him a shot.
And Alameda State Coliseum here is much like Candlestick Park across the bay. The wind swirls and moves. It moves all over the place. You got the flags on one side of the field are going to be spitting one way. The flags on the goalpost will spit the other. But you're going to see this thing left to right is the way the wind's blowing.
And it appears the hold will not have to be in the infield dirt of the configuration here at the Coliseum, where, of course, the Oakland Athletics play.
But the protection is in the dirt. One slip by an offensive lineman opens a big gap, and you get a block coming from the inside in these type of circumstances on a dirt infield.
And more conversation between Hantak and Hostetler and Tim Brown,
explaining the spotting on the ball and the decline penalty there to Hostetler and Brown. You have to admire the toughness of Bobby Ross being out here like this in his weakened condition, and he's seen his Charger team make mistakes, but they're putting up a great fight against a team and the Raiders really drawing off this home atmosphere and home crowd in Oakland.
Yeah, he said, I can't wait to get off the Jell-O diet, which he got off, I believe, just a couple of nights ago. He says, I'm going to go back to the room and have myself a hamburger.
Yeah, you want Jell-O? Look at Cole Ford's knees right now. The rookie trying to kick himself a nice long one. Those things are knocking.
Yeah, Mike White, the Raider coach, liked his confidence. He said, I wanted a guy between Nedney and Ford who I could look in the eye on the sidelines and know that he had the type of presence to not get rattled. But you're right, Randy. First NFL game. And it appears the delay is trying to get a couple of seconds up the clock. Because as I looked, as Brown went out of bounds, it appeared there was 2 seconds.
Yeah, and remember, even if it was 0-0, it can't end on a defensive penalty. The first half cannot end. Watch what happens. Watch it click off as this ball is completed. Caught. Out. Flags out. We've got 3 seconds on the clock.
Now Mike White, Joe Bugle involved in the conversation with Dick Hantak.
And not really a problem that a home team usually has with the clock running off too fast. Usually most home team clocks run a little slow towards the end of the halves in the game.
It's a quickly moving first half until this. And now they're messing with the microphone of Hantak. It's the opener for the officials as well. Working out the kinks.
There was illegal contact on the defense. Number 29. Time ran out on the play. The offense must accept the penalty to have one untimed down. First down and untimed down.
I am sorry. Time did not run out on the clock, Mike White. When you see the tapes of this game, there will be 3 seconds left on the clock when Tim Brown goes out of bounds. They get another play, but it's a lot longer field goal. You're talking 61 yards this time, not instead of 52. And Mike White's got every reason to complain on this ruling right here. There was time left on the clock. And now you come in your 3 wides to the bottom of the screen and you just throw the ball into the end zone. You don't even try to kick it.
You forget about the field goal, so Cole Ford, after all of that, is back on the sidelines. And Hostetler just throws it up. And Batted out of bounds. And that's the way the first half ends in Oakland.
By Eric Castle.
2 touchdown passes, 1 to Brown, 1 to Jefferson. And San Diego and Oakland are knotted at the half. Let's send you to our New York studios and Greg Gumbel.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC Halftime Report. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be now, it's gotta be Domino's.
And we welcome you back to our NFL on NBC studios, along with Joe Gibbs, Mike Ditka, and Joe Montana. I'm Greg Gumbel. Let's run down scores and highlights for you, beginning with the game in Miami between the Dolphins and the New York Jets. 2 minutes to play in the first half in that game. The Dolphins leading at 14-7. There's Dan Marino looking for a Super Bowl trip this year. Scoreless in the second quarter. Running back Bernie Parmalee gets outside. And when he gets near the end zone, he takes a dive. 24-yard touchdown. Dolphins lead 7-0. Jets then fumbled away the ensuing kickoff. Marino capitalized. To Irving Fryer along the back of the end zone. 4-yard touchdown. Dolphins led 14-0. Second quarter, Parmalee, the ball carrier here. Watch him hit hard by Marvin Washington. That causes the fumble. Matt Brock recovers at the 3, walks into the end zone. The Dolphins lead 14-7 with 2 minutes to play in the game. Joe, what do you think about this game so far?
Well, so far, I'd say very uncharacteristic for Marino. I mean, he's thrown 2 interceptions, and actually, we talked about the Jets, you know, and Boomer being stripped of his receivers and people to work to. And that's really proven out here, but they've got 2 big turnovers and turned them both into scores, and they're hanging in the game here.
In fact, the New York Jets just scored. Boomer Esiason, a touchdown pass to the newly acquired Charles Wilson, 6-yard touchdown pass, and they've pulled to within 1 as they try for the extra point. I said 2 minutes to go in the game. It's 2 minutes to go in the first half, and it is now, the extra point is good, so the Jets have tied the Dolphins at 14 apiece. The Chargers at Oakland against the Raiders. Halftime score, the game that you're watching, it's a 7-7 tie. And Mike, this game is going to be certainly a game between 2 teams that you would expect are going to vie for the AFC West title.
Well, you know, I guess what is again, you can be an optimist or a pessimist. I mean, are they got good offenses, bad offenses, or good defense and bad defense? I don't know. You know, I would think hopefully they're playing good defense because both teams to me do not look that good. Now, I've heard all the comments about the new West Coast offense that the Raiders are running, but fine. That's all wonderful, but you got to run the ball somewhere in there effectively, and they don't look like they have a running game to me. I will say one thing. I think the Chargers look like they're playing better defense.
All right, Hostetler, TD pass. Humphreys, a TD pass. 7-7 tie. In Chicago, the Vikings and the Bears are tied at 14 as they approach halftime at Soldier Field. In Seattle, Kansas City and Steve Bono leading the Seahawks by a score of 20-3 at halftime. Dennis Erickson pacing the sidelines in Seattle. Joe Montana's replacement, Steve Bono, on the play action. Willie Davis, 60-yard touchdown, took the Chiefs up early. Steve Bono is looking very comfortable in his starting job.
Well, it definitely is. The thing that he has to do now is come on out and keep that thing going, keep the pressure on Seattle.
All right, Joe. And in Washington, the Redskins hosting the Arizona Cardinals and leading at halftime by a score of 10-7. We'll run down scores and highlights of the early games right after a message from the NFL and these words from your local station.
Seattle, through the United Way, we're changing our game plan, setting new priorities, and so is your local United Way.
In Buffalo, we'll show you how the United Way is implementing some new priorities to reach the family and children working through our school system.
United Way is a catalyst to all the voluntary as well as governmental, educational, and corporate resources.
We support the United Way here in New Orleans because it's still the most efficient and effective way to help the people who really need our help.
United Way is making it possible for the whole community to come together to help children escape the drugs, guns, and crime in our neighborhoods.
Thank you to all the players you'll be seeing in this year's NFL United Way series, and particularly the NFL stars who've shared their very own personal family stories.
And then the call came. My mom was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease.
10 hours after our first son, Jason, was born, the doctors detected a heart problem.
We're proud to be part of that United Way tradition, reaching those who need help, touching us all.
Nature in conflict. Science unleashed. A planet at war.
Without this vessel, without our presence, every aggressor on the planet will run unchecked,
life as we know it will cease to exist. People, I am not willing to let that happen.
New captain, new mission, new night. Wednesday, life will never be the same. SeaQuest 2032 premieres 2 weeks from Wednesday on NBC.
I've done things I'm not proud of. I've seen things I'd rather not remember. I'm a cop. Some cops can't handle the stress. Some can't take the waiting. And me, I can't take the sun. Forever Night. It's going to be a long one.
Forever Night, coming this fall to KSBY 6.
With the Shell MasterCard from Chemical Bank, there's a payoff once a month, not once a year like some cards. Every 30 days, you can get free Shell gasoline. You don't have to wait years for it to amount to something. So don't waste time on other cards. Get the card that can pay off every month. The Shell MasterCard from Chemical Bank. Look for an offer in the mail or pick up an application at a Shell station.
Donahue, weekdays at 9 on KSBY 6.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC Halftime Report. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be now, it's gotta be Domino's.
Welcome back to our studios, everyone. Let's run down the early games on this first Sunday of the NFL season. Terrific games with 6 of the 8 finals decided by 3 points or less. We begin in Foxborough, where the Patriots trailed the entire game, then got a last-second touchdown to beat the Cleveland Browns. Patriots falling down on the job today? Well, the mascot was. Browns opening drive, 5th play, Vinny Testaverde to Michael Jackson. He has Maurice Hurst beaten, 70-yard touchdown catch, and the Browns grab a 7-3 lead. Now, 33 seconds left in the first half. Testaverde rolls out, goes back the other way, finds Jackson. Great catch, 30-yard touchdown. The Browns take a 14-6 lead into the locker room. 14-9 Cleveland, 2nd and goal, final seconds of the game. Curtis Martin takes the handoff. Watch the second effort. He breaks the plane to the goal line for the touchdown. After the 2-point conversion, the Patriots led 17-14, and that's how it ended. Joe Gibbs, what do you think of this game?
I think Bill Parcells is going to be excited for 2 reasons. He ran the football, and also his defense shutting out. Had a shutout in the second half, pitched a shutout. I think he's got to be excited right now about his team. He knows he's got Bledsoe, Meggett on the offense with Coates.
Patriots finished the season last year with 7 regular season wins. They're 8 in a row with this one today as a franchise record. Now, in New Orleans, the Saints hosting the 49ers and falling by 2, 24-22. Saints defense applied all kinds of pressure today. Steve Young sacked 5 times. 2nd and 8 in the second quarter. Scoreless game. Young to Jerry Rice. Short pass, long gainer. Rice finishes it off 50 yards worth. And with the extra point, the 49ers led 7-0. Niners got a scare when Steve Young had to leave the game with a neck injury in the first half. He did return in the second. Meanwhile, his replacement, Elvis Gerbach, didn't get off to a good start. This is Gerbach's first play from scrimmage. It's picked off. Sean Lumpkin returns 47 yards for the touchdown. The extra point attempt failed. It was 14-6 49ers. It was 17-9 in the third. Young started the second half on the opening drive, finishes off an 86-yard drive with his 4-yard pass to William Floyd. 24-9 at that point. The final score, 24-22. But you have to wonder about the 49ers just barely winning on the road in their opener.
49ers in the past have always had a tough time going into New Orleans and play. The games have always been close. They've come from behind a bunch to win down there. It's very difficult to play. I think the one concern the 49ers have to have is with their offensive line. I think they put a lot of pressure on Steve. They beat him up pretty well, and they got to be wondering when Harris Barton can get back in the lineup. They can't let Steve get beat up that way. He'll never make it through the season, and you don't want to play without him.
All right, Joe, the New Orleans Saints have lost 7 of their last 8 meetings against San Francisco. At Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, the Lions go in and fall to the Steelers 23-20. Tough opening day for the Steelers. Rod Woodson to the locker room with a sprained knee. In the first half, Neil O'Donnell joins Woodson on the sideline, broke the pinky finger on his throwing hand on this play. It was 10-6 in the third. This is the opening drive of the second half. Bam Morris scored 2 touchdowns today. This one from 5 yards out, 13-10. Steelers in the lead. It was tied at 20 in the fourth quarter. 4 seconds left. The new Pittsburgh kicker, Norm Johnson, his third field goal of the game winner from 31 yards out. The final 23-20. But you had to wonder whether or not the Steelers were going to make it or not, as deep as they had to go in their quarterback ranks, Mike.
Well, I think also with losing Woodson, I mean, the injuries are going to hurt them. You lose O'Donnell, you lose Woodson. Those are two of their stars. Now, they came in with Tom Zach, and he played pretty well. He threw one interception, but also he got hurt. Now they come in with a third quarterback. This football team's got to be very happy to come out of there against, I think, a pretty good Detroit team with a win today. And I think a great addition to that football team is Norm Johnson, good kicker.
All right, Mike, now let's go to Indianapolis, where at the RCA Dome, the Bengals came up a winner in overtime today, 24-21. Is there a quarterback controversy brewing in Indy? Craig Erickson replaced by Jim Harbaugh after throwing 3 interceptions. 21-13 since the final seconds of the game. 4th and goal at the 5. Harbaugh to Flipper Anderson, 21-19. 2-point conversion attempt. Harbaugh to Floyd Turner. We're tied at 21 and going to overtime. Victorious on the Colts sideline? No. Doug Pelfrey, 47 yards out, his 5th field goal of the game in the overtime. The Bengals win it 24-21. Visiting team has won the last 10 meetings in this rivalry. Today it was the Bengals by 3, 24-21. At Lambeau Field in Green Bay, the Packers opener came up 3 points short. 17-14 the final score. The St. Louis Rams under new head coach Rich Brooks. Chris Miller, 2 touchdown passes, including this one to Alexander Wright. 30-yard scoring strike put the Rams up 14-7. They win on the road. The final score 17-14. So the Rams start off their St. Louis era on a positive note. In Jacksonville, the expansion Jaguars managed just 3 points today. The Oilers won it by a 10-3 score. Opening day records of expansion teams now 1-7. In Atlanta, the Falcons in overtime beat the Carolina Panthers 23-20, foiling the Panthers' bid for an opening day victory. And in Philadelphia, the Tampa Bay Bucks went into Philadelphia and ruined the debut of Eagles rookie head coach Ray Rhodes. The Bucks win it by a score of 21-6. And our NFL on NBC halftime activities continue.
Trouble breaks out around the world, Jag is there.
She's missing.
Part soldier.
To hell and back.
Part detective.
She disappeared sometime last night.
All hero. Jag. From the creator of Quantum Leap and Magnum P.I.
She was murdered.
Jag, an American hero for the 90s.
I need time. Time to find out what happened.
Jag. Coming to NBC Saturdays.
This weekend, something big is happening. The 2nd annual Ford Labor Day 100. A clearance race against time to catch a first-time ever 1.9 APR on some of the best cars and trucks Ford makes. 1995 Tauruses, Contours, Thunderbirds, Escorts, Rangers, even Windstars, all 1.9. Our lowest APR ever. The Ford Labor Day 100. About 100 hours to catch 1.9 and save some serious cash.
This program is sponsored in part by Taco Bell. Make a run for the border today.
In passing, Jeff Hostetler.
A low-scoring first half in the return to Oakland for the Raiders, tied with the San Diego Chargers 7 apiece. Hi again, everybody. Dan Hicks with Randy Cross in a rivalry which has been known for wide-open, high-scoring affairs. Are you surprised at the 7-all tie?
Don't give up. It's early. I look for both these teams to really put the ball in the air quite a bit in this second half. But, you know, we take a look at the stats for the first half. Something really jumps out at me when I look at these stats, and that is basically from the Raiders' side of the ball.
These are the Coors Light halftime stats.
Raiders, 80 yards rushing. Jeff Hostetler has 46 of those 80 yards rushing. They have yet to establish an aggressive running game, but you have to be impressed with what they're doing right now with the short passing game and the long ball right now that was completed by Stan Humphries. It's been an impressive half, but it sets up some fireworks for the second half.
Well, let's go back down on the field and join Jim Gray. Jim?
Okay, thank you very much, Dan. Well, let's clear up what happened there at the end of the first half. The referee, Dick Hantak, felt that there was time on the clock. That's why he allowed the field goal unit to come out for the Raiders, Cole Ford. They came out, there was supposed to have been 3 seconds left on the clock. Right before they got into the huddle, the line judge came over and told Hantak, and he keeps the official time, the line judge does, said that there was no time remaining on the clock. Hantak didn't know who was right, the scoreboard, but he has to go with the official timekeeper, who is the line judge. He ruled that there is no time left, therefore they were awarded the 1 play on the penalty. Dan?
Thank you, Jim. Discrepancy between the on-the-field timer and the stadium clock, and Andre Coleman will await Cole Ford's kickoff to begin this second half.
Remember, one of the rule changes here in '95, you haven't heard much of it, but kickers now on kickoffs are under the clock. They start the 25-second play clock, and kickers have 25 seconds to hit that kick instead of standing back there stretching and wasting all our time.
Oh, how do you really feel about it? Cole Ford denied the first half field goal attempt, and Coleman comes up the field at about the 7-yard line. And he winds his way through the infield dirt to about the 34-yard line, and that's where the Chargers will begin their first possession of the second half. And the first half numbers on these quarterbacks, Humphries and Hostetler.
The big difference between the two, that 39-yard touchdown pass to Jefferson from Humphries. A balanced attack. Some mistakes and penalties have hurt this offense momentum-wise, but balance between passing and running.
And the first call goes to Natron Means, and he is dragged down from behind. Big Nolan Harrison, 6'5", 290 was there, and now the Raiders think they have the ball. Jerry Ball has the football.
I don't know if it's a fumble, but you aren't getting it away from Big 93. Raider ball.
Pat Swilling came in and stripped it away from Means.
Watch, Nolan Harrison gets the jersey from the back. The arms keep pumping. The legs keep pumping. There comes Swilling. There goes the ball. Good team defense. Good stripping of the ball from the backside by Pat Swilling. And folks, he didn't do much in Detroit, but number 56 is back on defense here for the Raiders.
Comes up with a huge turnover to begin the second half. And now Oakland deep in Charger territory. Hostetler going down the sidelines and overthrows Darryl Hobbs. So there was a look at the vertical game early for Oakland. And the second turnover of the game. Of course, Humphries was intercepted in the first half, and then that turnover there. So 2-0 in favor of the Raiders in the turnover department as Means was stripped by Swilling.
You saw that last play. They took that shot down the field. That's the mentality I love. You get a turnover, you get the momentum, go for the throat. Go for a big play right away.
Second down at 10, Harvey Williams. Along the right side. Harvey Williams, 983 yards last year, were more in his first 3 years combined in the NFL. But he has not done a lot today. As you mentioned, Hostetler's the leading rusher. Well, Magic Johnson on hand for this opener in Oakland.
Who says you got to be in L.A. to have celebrities in an athletic event?
So third down and 6. Trying to connect with Ismail, incomplete. And that will bring up fourth down.
Wow, a lot of contact there by Willie Clark, so I guess there wasn't a flag. You got to call that a great defensive play. But before the ball arrives, there's some jostling and hitting coming from number 31. Clark was there with the arms wrapped around Ismail there before the ball ever got there. The officials ruled no foul.
So now Cole Ford will have the chance at his first NFL field goal.
Kicking out of the dirt, too, Dan. He's with the wind, but he's out of the dirt. Causes low trajectories to most kickers.
Gossett to hold at the 37, so a 47-yard attempt. And it's good. Cole Ford from 47 yards out. And the Raiders take the 10-7 lead on the strength of a rookie kicker.
San Diego Chargers, 7.
Introducing a new luxury vehicle with the most powerful V8 in its class, the safety of dual airbags, and the ability to take you where no luxury car can. The new Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. With over 40 major advancements, it's truly the perfect luxury vehicle for whatever nature unveils. Jeep, there's only one.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Jeep, makers of Grand Cherokee, Cherokee, and Wrangler. By Pert Plus Shampoo and Conditioner, great hair, no fuss. By True Value, the official hardware store of the NFL. And by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good.
Jam-packed Coliseum in Oakland, watching Cole Ford, the rookie kicker, filling in for Jeff Jaeger. There is Jaeger watching from the sidelines. He just connected on what they say is a 46-yard field goal to put the Raiders up 10-7. Andre Coleman brings it out for the Chargers. And another flag, a late flag, comes in on the infield dirt as the tackle was made by James Folston.
Against San Diego.
And a preliminary indication against the Chargers. So it was the Raiders who had the NFL record 156 yards in penalties last year.
Illegal block on the return, number 44, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Hey, you make a good point, Dan. It's going into this game, you'd think that was one of Mike White's huge objectives, was to limit the penalties. And so far, it's been Bobby Ross's Chargers making the penalties, making the mistakes at the key times. This puts Humphreys and Means in this entire offense in a bad hole right now where they're going to get it out far enough to really take some shots. They're almost limited just to run.
Eric Castle was called for the penalty for San Diego. Humphreys throwing this one away. Tony Martin was there, but Humphreys just simply throwing it away. And he was pressured.
Watch him in the pocket. He's looking, he's looking. Feet start getting a little happy. He knows it's coming. While Fredrickson from the backside gets in there, but that ball is gone.
And they like Fredrickson. First-round pick last year out of Michigan State. NFL all-rookie team. Part of a young linebacking core for Oakland. Means. And he'll lose more.
Terry McDaniel, little team defense. Raiders showing blitz. Everybody on the line, 8-9 man front, and watch the fill by McDaniel from the outside. Good tackle, stops momentum, holds on, gets plenty of help.
Third down and 14. McDaniel just off his third straight Pro Bowl appearance, second straight as a starter, and he's got the Chargers in a hole. And a timeout called by San Diego. And we'll be right back to Oakland, 10-7 Raiders.
Geez, I gotta get to a hardware store.
Building something?
Sink's leaking.
Sink's leaking. Talk to Bernie.
Bernie?
Bernie knows plumbing.
Where does Bernie go?
True Value.
True Value.
Official hardware store of the NFL.
Official?
Official.
True Value, the official hardware store of the NFL.
Yes, it's official.
Get this Weber Smoky Joe Grill, customized with your favorite NFL team logo for only $29.99.
Want to try new Pert Plus?
No way. I tried it years ago. My hair needs a separate conditioner.
This new stuff cleans and conditions better than back then.
But it's still a shampoo and conditioner in one.
Wrong. It's a shampoo and precise blend of several conditioners, individually balanced for every kind of hair.
We'll see. Well, it is actually better. I can feel it.
New Pert Plus in 5 precise new formulas.
The Eagle Vision is the first sedan in the world with the auto stick system. Porsche offers their version in a coupe. This German engineer will compare. Du kennst mich doch. Ich liebe schwarz. So what do you think, Goose?
Also, was denkst du denn, Goose?
Vision ist sehr gut. Ich meine, einfach zum automatisch,
He likes the choice of automatic or auto stick. Excellent handling without a clutch.
What's he think of Vision's price?
Auf meine Gute. Unsere Sales ist ja kaputt.
No, we get the message. Thank you.
Test it yourself. Make the call. 1-800-2-TEST-EAGLE.
Friday night, the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Braves, the Marlins, or regional action. Baseball Night in America, Friday on NBC.
Well, Oakland Raider fans have waited more than 13 years to cheer like this. Stan Humphries just called the timeout as the crowd got loud. And we'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching Seattle and Kansas City. Kansas City up 27-3. Much tighter ball game here. The Raiders up 10-7. Third down for Humphries and the Chargers, and it's dropped. Mark Say not able to hang on.
A little short roll by Humphries, and that ball was just a little bit out of Say's wheelhouse, but he should have had it. That's when you can tolerate in the preseason. You can't tolerate in the regular season. Good poise, good setup, fires the ball. That's right through the arms on the backside. That should have been caught.
And Nolan Harrison shaken up for Oakland. But the Raiders with another chance to get excellent field position as Darren Bennett is backed up in the end zone. He's got a great strong leg from that Australian rules football. He'll need it here.
You don't get this kind of noise and pressure in Australian rules football, though. Backed up in the end zone.
End over end, Tim Brown comes up to the Charger 45. He's already inside the 35. 34-yard punt by Bennett, who did not get all of that. 12-yard return by Brown before he's brought down by Eric Castle. So Oakland in good shape again. They lead it 10-7.
Even though the new Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited is more sophisticated, more refined, and more luxurious than ever, you can be sure that underneath it all, it's still a Jeep.
It's a humdinger! These announcers gotta go. Right. Oh, Baker steps in. He's batting .206 and making $3 million a year.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's checking sign. What's he saying, Steve? Good news. I'm having your baby. Oh, this game is brought to you by Miller Lite. Expect great things from the great taste of Miller Lite.
Nice work, Steve.
Thank you. Hi there. Suicide squeeze! Ow! Horrible. Here's that umpire's home telephone number. Call tonight. Keep calling. Call him late.
What a sandwich!
Taco Bell introduces the Texas Taco Sandwich. Oven-baked flatbread with chicken or beef and a tangy southwestern sauce. Starting at 99 cents. It tastes so big, it ought to be outlawed. Yummy.
Which one is it? Welcome back to Oakland. Raiders up 10-7. 12:35 left in the third quarter. And a reminder, an NFL on NBC doubleheader next Sunday. Miami, New England. These Raiders at RFK to take on the Redskins. And in the second half, Denver and Dallas at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Something to look forward to next Sunday on the NFL on NBC.
A late game, Denver at Dallas. Be kind of a good welcome to the NFL again as a head coach for Mike Shanahan and those Broncos.
Raiders inside the Charger 35. Another flag is thrown. Harvey Williams bounces out to the outside.
Get our first Raider penalty here.
A little motion. Mike White, Bay Area guy through and through.
Two men moving at the same time. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
The quarterback coach and offensive line coach for the Raiders, born in Berkeley, California, and has spent all of his coaching career in the Bay Area. Dream first NFL job, especially back in Oakland, to coach the Raiders. So 1st and 15. Hostetler steps up.
Pass is rolled incomplete.
That'll be an incomplete pass. Chargers scramble for it. As we take a look at some of the rest of the scores, the Patriots over the Browns in their season opener, and I know you're interested in that one, Randy. 24-22. The Niners hold on.
Here's a big one here. Pittsburgh comes back and beats Detroit 23-20.
How about this one? The Bengals go into the RCA Dome in Indianapolis and win it in overtime. Really shut down in that one.
2nd and 15. That's blitz, stunts, games. Get after the quarterback down.
And Hostetler going down to Ismail and some contact at about the 3-yard line, but no call.
No, that was both ways. Both guys looking back at the ball. You run up on the back of a receiver like that, you're running to the back of a defensive back in that case, you cannot call pass interference.
Willie Clark on the coverage of Ismail.
Watch the very end here. This is just double speed, double concentration, and incidental contact, unless you're a home fan.
So Willie Shaw, second year out of Notre Dame, getting some playing time, along with the rookie, Terrence Shaw, in this revamped Charger secondary. 3rd and 15 now. Hostetler holding in, going downfield, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Darryl Hobbs. And Hobbs had a step or two.
They're going after Terrence Shaw once again, going deep. Had Hobbs on an outside type pass in the last possession. This time, see that step Terrence Shaw was worried about? Hobbs had him. The ball didn't get there. Shaw was beat. The Raiders will remember that. First half Raiders, though, short, efficient passing. Second half, they're going deep.
So now, Gossett on the punt. And he'll send this one to the right corner.
Rolled a touchback.
And it'll be a touchback as another flag has been dropped at the 45. What an opener for Dick Hantak, huh?
There's a penalty flag in the backfield.
And that is Jeff Gossett arguing with Hantak.
It's going to be holding against the Raiders.
So penalty number 2.
If you got a kicker like Gossett.
Holding on the offense. Number 51. Penalty is declined. First down, San Diego on the 20-yard line.
As good as Jeff Gossett is dropping the ball inside the 10 and 20, you got to turn that out and take it at the 20.
Testing the new auto stick system on the Eagle Vision is Test Pilot Captain Orlowski. You comfortable, sir?
I love the smell of a new car in the morning.
I'll take that as a yes.
Engaging auto stick. No clutch, easy to shift.
No bulky oxygen masks.
Amazing control, even without the wings.
You don't get out of the F-16 much, do you, Flyboy? And that's okay.
Test it yourself. Make the call. 1-800-2-TEST-EAGLE.
In 1970, Elton's very first song went gold. Then Rocket Man went gold. Then 103 of his other songs went gold. And now that he's touring with 38 musicians and a small army of stagehands...
And how will you be paying?
Elton's gone gold.
Money?
These are gold. Oh, we'll need 371 wake-up calls.
After all, nothing's got the power of gold.
You know, these Tostitos are baked.
Get out of here.
Really? But so tasty. Oh,
I had this party, and I told everyone that baked Tostitos are low in fat, but nobody believed me.
Wow.
Baked Tostitos have only 1 gram of fat per serving, but they don't taste it.
These are baked? Get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Really? They're baked?
No, really. Get out of here.
Baked Tostitos, tortilla chips, and fat-free salsa. You got Tostitos, you got a party.
Next Sunday on NBC, Marino, Bledsoe, Elway, Aikman, a superstar quarterback doubleheader. Defenses beware on the NFL on NBC next Sunday.
Jeff Gossett fired up. He thinks he dropped this ball inside the 5 moments ago. He's getting in the official's face. Mike White says, no, back. Is he listening? No. Who do you get? Get Big Gogan in there. He's going to listen to Gogan and get out of the official's face.
I would too. It's 6'7", 320 pounds. Chargers set up at the 20. And Humphrey swings it out to Papunu, and Papunu with good first down yardage and more. 14-yard gain for Papunu in his 4th year out of Weber State.
When the last 2 possessions this Charger offense has had the ball, they've had 4 plays, -3 yards, and a Natron Means fumble. So Stan Humphries and company needs to get this ball established, start getting some rhythm going. This is one of the NFL's most impressive offenses when it's running right. When Means is pounding it, and when Friedgen's calling the right plays, and when Humphries is throwing the passes, but when it's off, it is off.
And Means fighting for yardage across the 35.
Brought down by Nolan.
Beakered in there, and a host of Raiders making the stop.
The Natron stats right now, we mentioned the fact that he's got the fumble. That's a little bit deceiving, the 10 for 52, only that, remember, one of those carries was 35 yards. So now he's got 9 for 17 on the other ones. Good job inside by the Raiders defensive line. We mentioned last time they played in San Diego, they shut Natron down inside. Except for that one big run, they're shutting the big guy down inside.
That's right. The last meeting held to a season low, 41 yards. As you look at Dwayne Young, who was shaken up on the play, 47 total for the team in that game. And Natron Means, a guy that set a team record with 5 straight 100-yard rushing games in '94. Very rare to shut him down.
Well, he's a little unusual at his size in that he needs to get that momentum going and to use that speed and that jiggle he's got. When he gets an open field, he's as dangerous as most little backs. He can evade people, as you saw in his 35-yard run. But right now, the Raiders' defense is not giving him that breathing and jiggle room. They're getting right in his face.
Well, the emotion drama here at the return for the Raiders to Oakland, maybe matched by that same drama and excitement that always is staged at the Ryder Cup, and NBC has coverage September 23rd and 24th. Master champion Ben Crenshaw, you see there. He'll be there. It's all at Oak Hill Country Club in Rochester, New York. 11 hours of coverage by NBC. 2nd and 7 for the Chargers. Humphries to Martin. And Martin's got the first down up to the 48. Gain of 12.
You're seeing a little change in the Chargers offense this year early so far. Say was the go-to guy. So far today, it's Tony Martin. And a great call by Ralph Friedgen. Good execution by Humphries here. Good protection by the offensive line. The Raiders had the blitz coming. 7 guys coming after Humphries. Nobody got even within breathing distance.
Chased and dragged down from behind by Mike Jones.
Tell you what, though, Dan, if you got your druthers and you're a defensive coach, you want Natron Means going sideways. You don't want him going forward, being able to put those moves on and use that speed and use that strength. You want your defense to force them out to the outside and force them into the arms of the waiting guys, the safeties and the cornerbacks, and that's exactly what John Fox there, bent over with the headset on, is getting out of his defense. His good, strong, aggressive team tackle.
His 2nd year with the Raiders, he used to run the defensive secondary in San Diego just a few years ago. Play action by Humphries, plenty of time, and then almost caught before throwing the ball away.
And that's going to be going to call it. Dan Humphries doesn't like it. But there was nothing but defensive and offensive linemen over the spot he threw that ball. He was just doing that to avoid a sack.
So Gossett a moment ago, steam. Now Humphreys and Ross fuming.
Well, no doubt the point that Stan and Bobby are making is, hey, he's in the pocket. Our guy's there. He's standing in there. Here comes Swilling. The pocket breaks down. We got a little tussle going on between Swilling and Eric Moten. Moten's sort of the enforcer on this offensive line for the Chargers, and if he's the fire and he's the enforcer, he needs to spread it around to Bobby Ross's offensive line right now.
So the loss of down brings up 3rd down and 20. And another flag at the line of scrimmage as Humphreys' pass is completed to Tony Martin. But we'll hear from Hantak again.
15 yards.
And we won't hear from him until another conference.
Well, first regular season game, you expect a lot of mistakes, especially when fatigue starts settling in here in the second half. It's easy to play smart in the first half. It's a lot harder in the second half when fatigue and the muscles start telling your mind.
Offsides. Defense, number 56, lined up in the neutral zone. 5 yards. Repeat the down. 3rd down.
Pat Swilling, a former NFL Defensive Player of the Year in '89.
John Fox, the defensive coordinator there, is real excited about the play he got in the preseason out of Pat Swilling. He's got to be very excited about what he's seen of Swilling so far today. A 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20. You know the Swillings and company are going to be coming right here. This is prime territory to go after the quarterback.
And the crowd wakes up again. Another flag. And over the head of Sean Jefferson.
I think what you have is more of the same. You've got lining up offsides again.
A penalty flag on the play.
I'm going to say perhaps we wouldn't need a conference, but Hantak can relay the call.
Offsides. Defense, number 56, lined up in the neutral zone. 5 yards. Repeat the down. 3rd down.
Swilling again.
You know, there are 2 different type of penalties here Mike White considers for the Raiders. There's aggressive type penalties and there's dumb penalties. Mike White will definitely put those last 2 in the dumb penalties. You know, Floyd Peters, the defensive line coach, they drill and they drill and they drill. It's very simple. Don't line up on their side of the ball.
Humphreys just throwing this one away down the sideline. Say was in the vicinity, but there was good pressure by Anthony Smith, and Humphreys really took a pop.
I tell you, the first pressure comes from Chester McLaughlin on the backside. And the whole setup, high-low splatter comes from Anthony Smith with a little help in the backside from McLaughlin.
So this Charger drive will expire at the 49. Tim Brown back deep at his 11. Another chance to see Darren Bennett. Over in falls at 21. Brown lets it roll out of bounds at about the 17. 39-yard punt by Darren Bennett. But the Raiders continue to hold on to a 10-7 lead.
On the punt.
NFC presents They Need a Miracle. In the 1975 playoffs, the Cowboys were running out of options, but not hope. What did the Cowboys need to pull out the win?
Waiting for the ultimate chicken finger food? Try new Colonel's Crispy Strips from KFC. Juicy, all-white meat chicken, freshly prepared with our special extra tasty crispy recipe. New Colonel's Crispy Strips are good enough to be a meal, so eat them with a knife and fork, if you can wait that long.
Everybody
And for a mealtime treat, bring home 3 Colonel's Crispy Strips, mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw and a biscuit, all for just $2.99.
They didn't call Roger Staubach Captain Comeback for nothing. And since the Cowboys needed a miracle, number 12 launched a prayer of a pass.
Pearson makes the catch at the 5, touchdown! Would you believe it?
Everybody needs a little KFC.
Yeah, I took the high endurance challenge from Old Spice because I didn't really think it could work better than my old deodorant. But it does. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT and they'll buy you a stick of yours. Now you got proof. Guaranteed.
One of these hammers is jacketed in high-impact polycarbonate. The other one is broken. The fiberglass jacketed hammer from Stanley.
8:42 left in the third. Oakland holding on to the 10-7 lead. 1,200 feet floating high above Oakland Coliseum. The MetLife blimp Snoopy 2. Captains Lee Bradbury and Matt Elkins at the control. Cruising around the Coliseum, high above, around 35 miles an hour. And that is where the Raiders will begin at the 17. Natron means, and the Chargers 2 turnovers, and he accounted for one of them. The other one was an interception by Humphries. And through the middle is Harvey Williams. And Harvey Williams hasn't exactly gotten off today either. Leslie O'Neal in to make the stop, put the clamps down on Harvey Williams.
I'll be interested to see the approach the offensive coaches for the Raiders decide to take here. Remember, first half, we lauded them for their great short passing game and their patience. Not much patience in the second half so far. They've been throwing the ball down the field and haven't done much at all, still running the ball.
Stetler gets rid of it. Another flag comes in as Williams makes the reception.
Brought down by Junior Seau.
Going to be holding, I think, against the Chargers, the Raiders' offensive line.
Boy, and after we lauded Oakland for not having any penalties, they have certainly begun to mount up for Mike White's team.
Holding. Offense, number 66, penalized half the distance to the goal line. Repeat the down, second down.
Well, let's take a look at this. Kevin Gogan right there at right guard. Let's see what happens with this. Working against Sean Lee. Got that left arm hooked around the throat. It's a good chokehold, but it's not much of a block.
Gogan, massive 6'7", 320-pound guy. Former Cowboy. Started for the two-time Super Bowl champs. In his second year in Oakland. Second and 17. Hostetler incomplete, but then into the hands of Darryl Hobbs. 16-yard gain. Rodney Harrison made the stop, but the tip drill by the Raider wideouts.
How appropriate is it when you get a tip pass like this? It goes for a completion in a Raiders game. Back to the old immaculate reception against them when Franco Harris did it to him. Ball thrown over the middle. Bing, bing. That's why you practice it. And believe me, folks, they practice tip drills like that as receivers.
Brown to Hobbs for the 16-yard gain. And I forgot Hostetler, which started it. Third and short now. Stetler will throw and pick up the first down. The far side of the field is complete to Harvey Williams. Good pressure by Sean Lee, but Hostetler is able to get rid of it.
Remember, Sean Lee was working against Gogan when he got that holding penalty a couple of plays ago? Watch the burst out of the defensive tackle. No one blocks him in Hostetler's face. One thing you don't want to do as an offensive coach is run a toughness test on your quarterback, and this is a toughness test. Plays like that can tweak little shoulders out of out of position and whatnot. It can really be dangerous on a quarterback's well-being physically.
Hostetler sacked 42 times last year, and he has taken a pounding. Play action. Over the middle. Again, it's Williams. And Williams close to the 35. Brings up second down. Dennis Gibson on the stop for the Charger defense.
Dennis Gibson.
An interesting difference in this Raiders offense so far today. On tapes we saw during the preseason, when they went long, it was basically long or nothing. So far today, they're running the receivers off on the outside long, but they're getting the running backs and the tight ends in position over the ball to bail Jeff Hostetler out so he can get a completion, get rid of the ball. Give to Williams. That'll bring up third down. Glenn Young on the stop. Well, Glenn Young made the stop, Dan, but once again, Sean Lee was in the backfield, almost at the exchange point. You don't want to make moves in your backfield if you're a running back. You want to get past the line of scrimmage. Watch this. Got to make that move. Got to run around Gogan. More than likely, got to go to the ground.
Great spin move by Sean Lee at 300 pounds. These guys can certainly move.
I won't belabor this, but that is a program weight.
Third down and 5. Over the middle and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
James Jett.
Intended for James Jett.
Was the intended receiver. And Perella providing some pretty good pressure that time by the Charger defensive line.
Right now, in the game of physical momentum and physical dominance, San Diego has stepped to the plate a little bit defensively. They are physically taking their game to the Raiders. Physically, they are dominating the Raider offensive line, at least on that series.
There's Andre Coleman. Back at his 22. Jeff Gossett, high, towering punt. Fair catch called by Coleman. In the dirt, drops it, and the Raiders have it. 57. Rob Holmberg comes up with a loose football.
Another one of those young, aggressive Raider linebackers you talked about earlier, Dan. And Bobby Ross just saw a cardinal sin by his punt returner, Coleman. High, hanging punt, and drops right through his chest. Never hit his hands. Hands clap together, ball catches chest, and Raiders get ball.
Third turnover by San Diego.
Good technique, special teams wise. You see one guy goes around, one guy stays in front. That's in case of a muff, in case of a drop. Exactly the right technique.
And Napoleon Kaufman in the backfield for the Raiders. But they fake the run up the middle. Hostetler to the far side, and it's complete to Tim Brown. Terrence Shaw, the rookie, having some extracurricular activity with Brown after the 11-yard reception.
He's just trying to establish to the veteran maybe the point that, hey, you can pick on me by throwing the ball, but don't be talking too much to me when you do it. I don't like that. Good execution, though. I love what Hostetler's doing. Look at Brown. I'm going to get in your face. Well, come on, bring it.
He liked Terrence Shaw's poise and character.
I like his attitude.
First down at the 16 for the Raiders. And out the middle for Oakland is Kaufman, and he pops up the football, and the touchdown has been indicated.
They're ruling the ball, breaks the plane, 6 points Raiders. Remember the physical dominance I talked about before that punt? Physically dominating front line of the Raiders on that play. Stretch, ball's over, no fumble, 6 points.
Great play by the rookie out of Washington, Kaufman. And another rookie, Cole Ford, with a point after. And Oakland is charged out to a 17-7 lead.
Watch the ball itself. Good run by Kaufman. Breaking tackles. Knees aren't down. Ball is over. That was a touchdown. Good call.
And Mike White told us that we would see Napoleon Kaufman more than just a third down back. That was a 16-yard rip up the middle, exclamated by a great second effort.
And an excellent job up front. Junior Seau was taken out. Perella was taken out. Sean Lee, who had such a good series before, was taken out. And then it was the great gifted talent of a young running back, Napoleon Kaufman. All that set up by that fumble by that man right there. Coleman on the punt return. The Raiders made 2 points there. One, we're going to keep trying to pick on the rookie Shaw on the outside, and two, we're bringing our running game to life.
Well, Coleman with a chance here at the 3. And weaving his way through traffic, gets it across the 25-yard line. So now with 3:34 left, San Diego trailing by 10. As we take a look at the rest of the scores, final scores in. Bengals with a big win over the Colts in Indianapolis in overtime. St. Louis Rams over the Packers.
A critical possession, I think, for the Chargers right here, just from a confidence standpoint. They need to move the ball. They need to establish their offense. They don't need to score, per se, on this play. They need to stop getting stuffed is what they need to do.
And Humphreys will roll left and pass on first down, and a great defensive play in the secondary by Eddie Anderson. Sean Jefferson took a shot immediately when the ball was there.
Well, if you watch your Friday Night Baseball on NBC time to time, you'll see that bang-bang first base play. That's a bang-bang play. The ball is hitting at the same time the defender is from the rear.
Eddie Anderson already with an interception of Humphreys comes up with a big play there. Second down and 10. Means on the right side, this time finding a little bit of room, but not much. Dropped at the 30-yard line by Rob Fredrickson. In '94, this Raider defense ranked 10th, 9th against the run. Huge defensive front.
The key here, though, is one of the new guys will be Pat Swilling coming on one side, Anthony Smith on the other side. And how can they get the ball to Ronnie Harmon?
3rd and 6, and the Chargers will pick up the first down. It's complete to Marseille. And Marseille across the 40, gain of 17.
Now, we mentioned the fact that they've been throwing the ball a lot to Martin, number 81. What they did there, they flooded that side of the field with not only Martin, but also with Ronnie Harmon. When they did that, it left the hole underneath open for Marseille. A nice, efficient job right there by Humphreys.
Tied with Ronnie Harmon for the lead in receptions for San Diego last year with 58. Also second on the team with 6 touchdowns. Staying his 4th year at Long Beach State. Ralph Friedgen, what does he call here? 1st and 10 from the 49.
Got a long list of choices here, but one of the great choices to get going is his big running back, number 20.
There he is, but Means able to skirt one tackler in the backfield, but is dropped at the line of scrimmage. Beekert.
Pretty consistently now, we're seeing the Raiders' defensive line and linebackers penetrating into the backfield. Watch 94, Anthony Smith deals with the tackle, sheds them off. I mean, that's good defensive football. That's stopping a big, powerful back before he gets a chance to get going.
Beekert, a new father. His wife gave birth Friday morning. He wasn't at practice, obviously, but having a big game on Sunday. And connecting Humphreys does to Jefferson there, and Terry McDaniel comes in to make the stop. Very close to the first down marker.
And right now, from a confidence standpoint, this is just what the doctor ordered for the San Diego offense. They've sputtered and had their problems, and right now Stan Humphries is accurately throwing the ball. Ralph Friedgen is giving him the plays and the wherewithal to make this thing work. And if they have a missing component, the missing component off that list in front of Ralph Friedgen is an effective Natron Means.
They got the first down. And some miscommunication there. John Jefferson maybe was thinking out along the sideline, and maybe out and up was on Humphries' mouth.
Quarterback was thinking hook and go, and receiver was thinking just hook.
Simple as that. Bobby Ross, 2 of the last 3 years, AFC West Division champion, went to the Super Bowl last year. And in this current drive, the 7th play, already more than 3 minutes. Tony Martin, the short pattern into the middle. Albert Lewis makes the stop for Oakland as the final seconds begin to run down of this third quarter.
A gain of 8 yards.
If Bobby Ross and his offense are going to take advantage of this Raiders defense the way they are right now, they're going to do it with that type of passing. Short, inside, over the middle. Between McDaniel and Lewis, these are some great quality corners. You're not going to beat them deep. Take advantage of a soft spot in the middle.
Third and short, call it 2. They just get the play off. Means will be short.
This time it's Jerry Ball in the backfield, made him move, and set up a stuff by Mike White's defense.
And that's the way the third quarter ends. 10 points by the Raiders in the third quarter, and we'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
And that's when I said to NBC, I said, no, you put us on Sunday nights. I did.
Mad About You moves to Sundays, 8/7 Central, NBC.
Now at the Atascadero Ford Outlet, it's Final Sale 95.
These are prices I can afford.
It all comes together. Giant inventory, lowered prices, reduced financing during Final Sale 95. No one beats them. Get a 95 Aspire for $68.88. Save $5,000 on a new Taurus, and we'll pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Final Sale 95.
You have to see these prices to believe them.
The year's lowest prices, the year's best outlet deal. Final Sale 95 at the Atascadero Ford Outlet. If you don't drive here, you can't save here.
This fall, we're taking control on the outer limits.
Coming this fall to KSBY 6.
With the Shell MasterCard from Chemical Bank, there's a payoff once a month, not once a year like some cards. Every 30 days, you can get free Shell gasoline. You don't have to wait years for it to amount to something. So don't waste time on other cards. Get the card that can pay off every month. The Shell MasterCard from Chemical Bank. Look for an offer in the mail or pick up an application at a Shell station.
The 1996 Summer Olympic Games, only on KSBY 6.
Party of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the NFL is prohibited.
Dan Hicks, Randy Cross with you. Start of the fourth quarter in Oakland. The Raiders up by 10, 17-7. Fourth down and a less than 2 for the Chargers. Going for it. Not able to come up with a first down. Eddie Anderson again on the coverage. Tony Martin, the intended receiver, and the Raiders take over on downs.
I'll be honest, I don't know where that was coming from. I thought maybe you're trying to draw them off sides, but you come out in a split formation, you put your best runner in motion, and then you just sort of try to throw it across the field. Humphries obviously wants to discuss with somebody about the pattern they ran because he can't be complaining about any kind of coverage mistakes.
Eddie Anderson took a shot, which you just saw on the replay. He's helped off the field. And now the Raiders take over.
There's a confidence and momentum killer for the Chargers offense.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Harvey Williams loses a few. Sean Lee in the backfield again.
Sean Lee is seriously busting out right here in this part of the football game. The last couple of possessions with what he's doing up front. And, you know, the Raiders want to get a look at their running backs. But, you know, when you start seeing defensive linemen 2-3 yards in your backfield here in 98, you know, what kind of look can you get? The Raiders want to know, is this our guy? Is Harvey Williams our running back? Well, nobody's your running back if the offensive line can't keep the defensive line out of your backfield.
Lee had to sit out of the AFC Championship game last year due to the left knee injury he suffered. Did start in the Super Bowl, however. 2nd and 13, Williams again, and this time he's got more room, close to the 40. Glenn Young, first-year man at Syracuse.
Well, you know what he had there, Dan? He had more company in the backfield, but you're supposed to have company in the backfield on a draw. Watch the lead block by Fenner. Watch the draw blocks by the offensive line. Gogan. Fenner gets a nice lead block right there on Junior Seau. Young comes in for the backside for the tackle. But that gives you an idea of what kind of a running game you can get when by design you can move the defense out of the backfield.
And on 3rd and 2, Kaufman has replaced Fenner. He's the lone setback. And the pitch to Kaufman. Stops on a dime on the left corner in the infield dirt and gets close to the first down before Perella stops him.
The one thing to remember about Kaufman, remember we said he's not a third down back? Well, really what he is a change of pace. He's quick, he's active, and he's got good running instincts because that play was designed to go outside. He knew he only needed 2 yards. He cut up into a soft spot and got a lot more than 2.
First-round pick out of Washington has a 16-yard touchdown run to his credit. And Harvey Williams is back in the backfield for Oakland on 1st and 10. Quick drop by Hostetler, tipped at the line of scrimmage. Intended for Tim Brown.
Down at the line of scrimmage.
That was our guy Sean Lee again inside a defensive tackle. Got his hands up. Because this play was very well designed and about to be well executed. Working against Wisniewski. There's Lee, 98. Well, actually, he put his hands up, but it batted off his face.
They nicknamed him Grizzly. And he has been roaring all afternoon in Oakland today.
I love these nicknames, but I bet they don't say it to their face.
And this is Fenner. And Fenner, did he drop the football?
Yes.
Yeah, and the Chargers now indicating that they have picked up the loose ball, and the officials come in to try to unravel things.
That ball was out before Fenner hit the ground.
Leslie O'Neal on the tackle.
Penetration again in the backfield, trying to run a backside counter tray. Watch the ball. It's out. That is a fumble. Right into the arms. Bo Orlando, 26, is right there on the spot.
But they're calling it no fumble, and the Raiders still have the football.
2 yards.
So a questionable call indeed.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. So a gain of 2. They say the Raiders got that ball. Little pile crawl by somebody getting that ball down below because Orlando had it.
Brown in motion. Kaufman a little setback. Hostetler going down the deep far sideline looking for Kerry Cash. And a flag has been dropped just after Hostetler took a shot. Sean Lee, guess who?
Yeah, he took that shot right down low. That's why that ball floated out of there like that. And it's going to be holding against the Raiders. Holding against Gogan, working on Sean Lee.
Rolling into Hostetler.
That's a dangerous position, and it's almost a bonus being in the dirt that your foot would move out like that. On AstroTurf, that's a knee injury.
Holding. Offense. Number 66. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Jeff Gossett.
So Gossett on to punt from the infield dirt. Andre Coleman back at the 10. 12:04 left in the game. Raiders on top, 17-7. Good punt this time by Gossett, turning it over. And the Raiders will pin him back. That was Bruce Pickens, who just about caught the punt in the air by Gossett. 50-yard high-hanging punt by Gossett, and the Chargers will start deep again.
Can France and Italy, Austria and England, Germany, Spain, and the Netherlands ever really agree on a single currency? Actually, they already have. Gold MasterCard. It's accepted at more cash machines around the world.
Excuse me, guys.
Than any other card. Look for your Gold MasterCard invitation in the mail and apply today.
25 years together. They've just flown by. 25 years of kids, jobs, moving. I didn't just want to bring her back to her favorite place. I wanted to give her something she's only dreamt of.
The 25th anniversary diamond necklace.
Save some hot water. Too late! Honey, turn up the heat.
It is up. Please let it be him. Let it be him. Please let it be him.
The gas-fueled complete heat system from Lennox. It's him. Virtually unlimited hot water and comfortable home heating in one unit. And it runs on economical natural gas, so it's super efficient.
Yes! The Lennox complete heat system. Not just heat, complete heat.
Clean natural gas. Think what you'll save.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Pro Player. It's not just a jacket you wear, it's an attitude. By Pennzoil, the motor oil that works like liquid ball bearings. And by the Gatorade Company. If you're not standing on the sidelines, you're gonna get thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
Welcome back to Oakland on the East Bay. More than 13 years since the Raiders played here and leading 17-7. The only score of the game for the Chargers back in the second quarter. 39-yard scoring strike from Humphreys to Jefferson. And with 11:53 left, the Chargers will start deep at their own 6 and with more noise from the fans. And Means along the left side. Gain of 1 or 2. And a look at what Natron Means has done. First half, 52 yards, and really shut down in the second half.
Remember, one of those carries in the first half was for 35 yards. So that's basically, six rushes for 17 in the first half and 8 for 9. So, I mean, the defensive line has shut down Natron Means.
Humphreys throwing from his own end zone, and pass complete to Tony Martin.
That's going to be your
flag has been thrown.
Dan, that's your new rule about hitting the quarterback and leading with your helmet. Chester McLaughlin, personal foul, leading with the helmet into the quarterback's face.
The crown of the helmet, top crown of the helmet, is indicative of the new ruling.
Personal foul. Defense, number 91. Hit the passer in the head with the face mask. 15-yard penalty at the end of the run. First down.
See that? Dip the head. Helmet hits Humphreys right in the side of his face mask. Nice call. Led with the head, and that's a perfect call. Remember one thing. I want to make a point right here about this team, this Charger team, since Bobby Ross has gotten here. This team has absolutely no give up. This team has absolutely no quit in it. They've been down plenty of times. There's no time for anybody on this team to be discouraged because they know they can come back. They've won plenty of games coming back.
And they tack the 15 yards on, so the ball all the way up to the 39. And the inside handoff to Harmon. Nolan Harrison puts the clamps on Harmon.
Nolan Harrison on the tackle.
10:30 to go. Raiders scored the only points of the third quarter to pull ahead after a 7-7 halftime tie. They have a 17-7 lead on Bobby Ross's Chargers.
Bobby Ross refers to this as a bonus game. It's winning a road game. It's winning a division game. It's winning a conference game, and it's winning a Raider game if he can pull it off.
Humphreys to the air, tried to thread the needle, but incomplete. He wanted Dwayne Young, his tight end, Derek Hoskins, and Greg Beekert converged on Young.
And that's nice defense against a very fine throw by Stan Humphreys, because that ball was put in the spot. There was one spot with that coverage and that pattern where the ball could be that had a chance to be caught, and Stan put it in the perfect spot.
And that'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Stan Humphreys. He got off to that great start last season, if you remember. Player of the month in September after leading the Chargers to a 4-0 start, but in a hole here in the season opener in '95. And on the run, looking for Martin downfield. And I'll be interested to see the replay on that. If there was a hand in front of Martin, that was James Trapp was there.
Dan, that was pure blind luck by James Trapp.
4th down, 8 yards short.
I mean, they had James Trapp beaten like he stole something. Oh, he just happens to put the arms up at the right time. Martin had to come back just a fraction for that ball. If he's led, it's 6 points.
So the Chargers have to punt it away. Bennett to Brown.
And this 30-year-old rookie really needs to nail one here.
And that's more of an indication of the strength of his leg. Brown lets it roll over his head, takes a good Charger bounce, and the Raiders will be pinned back. So Bennett, after not really getting off too many good ones, gets off a 55-yarder. And this fall on NBC in a couple of weeks, Mad About You moves to its new night. The new night is Sunday at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central Time. Must-see TV coming to NBC Sunday with Mad About You in a couple of weeks, right here on NBC. Raiders put together a 99-yard drive earlier in this game in the second quarter to get on the board first, culminating in a 6-yard touchdown pass to Tim Brown. This time they'll start from the 4.
Here's an attitude gut check for the defense of the San Diego Chargers. You got to stuff them here. You got to get the ball back to your offense and give them a chance to get something going.
His end zone. Hostetler complete, far side. James Jett. 17 yards for the first.
What a nice job by this offense and Jeff Hostetler quickly rolling out, but watch Jett drive off. Air brakes. He's got the air brakes. Harper doesn't. Feeder inbounds. Catch is good. Big play for this Raiders offense getting out of a hole.
Dwayne Harper, the only returning starter from the secondary, and James Jett with blazing speed, gold medalist in the '92 U.S. Olympic relay team. And the Raiders with the first. On the ground this time, Williams for a couple. Dennis Gibson on the stop for San Diego. Clock continuing to move, 9:10 left. Raiders with the 10-point lead.
You will not see the Raiders moving fast right now after plays. The clock is definitely their friend. Jeff Hostetler knows it. Take a few extra seconds calling the plays. The bonus right here from an offensive standpoint is first downs. First downs, move the ball, and strangle off the time.
Barrett Robbins is the new center for the Raiders. Dan Turk injured earlier. Harvey Williams gets the call on the left side, fighting for first down yardage. It appeared he got it.
Led by Steve Wisniewski.
Nice job by that left side. You can't say enough about the job Robert Jenkins done at left tackle coming in for Perry when he broke his left forearm. He's done a fabulous job. Wisniewski's done a good job. A nice job by Harvey Williams of running. You mentioned the young rookie Robbins is in there at center, but Look at the job Jenkins does of hooking. Look at the job that Tim Brown does of blocking. And then it's just momentum, because you don't see the guy in the black jersey going backwards. He's going forwards even after the contact.
Well, Joe Bugle said there was some technique to be learned on this Raider offensive line, but they picked it up very quickly, and they'll all be the better for it. And Hostetler slipping in the infield. There was a change of dirt in the grass.
Hostetler's hurt, Dan. That did not look good.
From the difference of the dirt and grass, perhaps.
Sean Lee, once again, working against Wisniewski.
5 yards on the sack.
Look at that. See that ankle, the way it's twisted underneath like that on that grass? Wow, another nice play by Sean Lee, but a scary moment for the Raiders.
And what wasn't hurting, as far as Jeff Hostetler is concerned, last season. But second down and 15. Nothing going right for Williams. Tries the left side. And nothing there at all either. Chris Mims able to bring Williams down.
You know what the Raiders are trying to do on that play is they're trying to run that old counter tray coming from the left to the right. Watch Wisniewski and Jenkins going left to right. Great job of stuffing that play. Nice job by Mims stopping it on one side and then coming all the way over to the other side to make the tackle. And there's the architect of that play from the Washington Redskins glory days, Joe Bugle. He can't be too happy with the execution of his pet play there.
Third down and 16. Napoleon Kaufman in at running back. And he dumps it off to Kaufman, who does not hang on. And that'll bring up fourth down on the punting unit, and a good opportunity for the Chargers to gain some good field position.
Kind of a semi-win-win, Dan. The Raiders were able to get a first down, were able to run some time off the clock. 6:25 left here in the fourth quarter, but the Chargers defense did stop Oakland and get the ball in a punting situation so their offense can try to get the ball down the field.
And it would be a good time for Charger fans, as far as they're concerned, for Coleman to rip off a good return here. Shielding his eyes from the sun, it appeared, and not able to field it. 58-yard punt. Will go in the books for Gossett.
He never saw the ball.
Domino's presents Dus's Guide to the Game. The key to football is timing. Allow precisely 22 minutes for pregame warm-up. Then make the right call. So you won't be starving at halftime.
And some rookies lost with your pizza.
Call for any ultimate deep dish, thick and zesty, cheese melted to the edge, and get buffalo wings for $3.99. Delivered free.
Oh, God!
Right after the game, honey. Over into
We're gonna adopt a little girl.
Mom and Dad has a camera too.
Say cheese. How far will a killer go? I'm her parents. To take his daughter.
In a world more important than family.
How far will a loving father go? We're all together to protect his family.
What's your dream home?
I hate dream homes. The Tie That Binds. Rated R. Starts Friday, September 8th.
You got the winning color!
I got a 1985 Saab 900 Turbo. It's got 147,000 miles. I've had it for 9.5 years. I've done its maintenance. I use Pennzoil every 3,000 miles religiously.
Now with the revolutionary Penn-Star molecule, Pennzoil clings to moving parts. Works like liquid ball bearings.
Using Pennzoil every 3,000 miles, it'll keep me right up to par.
Engine problems? Before you try a tune-up, try gum out first. The solution could be less than $5.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call now and have Domino's deliver the ultimate deep dish pizza. Because when it's gotta be deep, it's gotta be Domino's.
Brilliant sunshine here in Oakland, and that had a lot to do with the previous punt.
Look at the shadow right behind Coleman. Never sees the ball. Ball is right in the sun. Wow, big break for the Raiders. He catches that low fieldable punt. Should have the ball in the 35 or 40.
Instead, back at the 15 for San Diego. Trailing by 10. Humphrey's pass is complete to Papuno. Rob Fredrickson makes the stop.
A tough kind of acrobatic catch like by Papuno. Remember what I said at the beginning of this game when he caught one. He doesn't waste many opportunities. He's a tight end that knows if I get a ball, I better catch it.
And the no huddle now by San Diego. Pass complete. And Ronnie Harmon picks up the first down, getting out of bounds. Gain of 21. So the Chargers quickly on the move with 5:44 left in the game.
Remember what I told you about this Charger team and this Charger offense with Ralph Friedgen as their offensive coordinator. They got very little quit in them. They got all the faith in the world in Stan Humphries. He is their emotional field leader.
From its own 39, Martin in motion to the near side. Humphries fires across the field, and Mark Say with a diving catch. But it's ruled incomplete. He's out of bounds, so it will not count.
Watch the feet. Number 2, and control.
Oh!
Got the eye. That's a catch.
That is a catch.
That both feet were in. If he's calling on the feet, that is a bad call. If he's calling it on control, you couldn't see the rest of it, but that looked like a catch.
Tough break for the Chargers. 2nd and 10. And the blitz was coming in on Humphries, but he's able to get rid of it. Harmon gets another first down, and it's into Raider territory. Gain of 14 for Harmon.
And more importantly, yards, and gets out of bounds to stop it at 5:18 of the 4th.
Again of 13 yards. And a first down for the Chargers.
Over the middle, complete again. Mark Say.
That's complete to Mark Say.
And Humphries and the Chargers on the move, but so is the clock. Now at the 5-minute mark, Derek Hoskins makes the stop in the defensive secondary.
Plenty of time. Stan Humphries is calm. He knows he's got the time to do it.
And Humphries throws it out of bounds, and we'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching the Miami Dolphins rolling over the New York Jets, 42-14. Our score here in Oakland. The Raiders 17, the Chargers 7. Tied at halftime, exchanging a couple of touchdown passes were Sean Jefferson and Tim Brown. It was all Raiders in the 3rd quarter. A field goal and then a 16-yard touchdown run by Napoleon Kaufman. And the Chargers with a good drive going here late in the game with 4:40 left and a crucial 3rd down. And they won't pick it up there. Albert Lewis bats it away before Sean Jefferson.
This is go for it on 4th down time with 4:37 left in the 4th. I don't think you punt this ball away. I think you go ahead and go for the 1st down. Too far for a field goal, but Stan Humphries knows that you don't even give that a thought. There's been 2 big plays in this half that really put the Raiders in this situation. The fumbled punt by Andre Coleman and the touchdown run by Kaufman.
4th and 3. And they're not going to get it. Intended for Mark Say. And the Raiders take over on downs. James Trapp on the coverage, and Oakland with 4:34 left, up by 10.
で、お子さんたち新しいコンピューター気に入ったの？
それがまだ立ち上げてないんだ。何しろ僕は不器用なもんでね。
うちじゃ千葉がみんなに大人気。IBM のホームコンピューター、CD ラムがついてて、トップトップいっぱいあるし、箱から出してすぐ使えるようになってるんですよ。
単位でもセットアップできるってわけ？
腕はいらないのよ。
Behr Premium Plus interior paint is made with pure titanium dioxide for cleaner, brighter whites and exceptionally vivid colors. And at the Home Depot, our paint pros will gladly match Behr Premium Plus with anything, except, of course, a premium price. Bear Premium Plus, exclusively from the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
Not everything is black and white.
Some things are black and white.
Or black and green.
Occasionally black and blue.
Pro Player home and away jackets come in all these colors and reverse to all of these colors.
The only guys who have Pro Player jackets are black and white.
Refs, no way. They never reverse anything.
No, Foot Locker, the guys in stripes, black and white.
The Pro Player reversible jacket. Reverse it.
Happiness is finding an honest lawyer.
Okay, now remember, when we're in the courtroom, just tell the truth, the way we rehearsed it.
It's the new must-see comedy from the producers of Frasier and Wings.
But why don't we forget it?
Pursuit of Happiness, NBC Tuesdays this fall.
Second time in this fourth quarter, the Chargers faced with 4th and 2. They've thrown the ball inside in a low percentage pass where everything had to be perfect, and it was less than perfect both times. Good defense. I think bad play calls.
So 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 42. Fenner gets the call. Timeout situation. San Diego with 2 timeouts left. The Oakland Raiders with 3. And a sold-out crowd here at the Coliseum in Oakland for the first time in more than 13 years. The silver and black is back.
And I tell you, the guys on the Raiders sideline now have to realize there is a definite home field advantage back in Raiders football.
Ladies and gentlemen, AAA.
Inside every one of us is an athlete with a thirst for the game going on around us. It's life. And if you play hard at it, you get thirsty. That's why we make Gatorade. Hey, life is a sport. Drink it up.
I was scared. I shot. I ran.
What began as a simple confession
We got the shooter.
became a mystery.
Locked up the wrong brother.
Clockers, rated R. Starts Wednesday, September 13th.
Laboratory tests show the Stanley Sharpshooter staple gun requires a mere 19 pounds of force to drive a staple flush. Our competitor's model requires just a bit more. The Sharpshooter, only from Stanley.
Popping with flavor, more flavor than ever, and less fat, too. It's the right thing to do. Popping with flavor. Bring those right crisp flavors, they're new. And the taste indulging right thing to do. Tangy, sour cream and onion, now more flavor on the tips. Less fat and less grease across the lips. Popping with flavor. Bring those right crisp flavors. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Next Sunday, the NFL on NBC starts at 12:30 Eastern with a look at Dallas's dynamic duo of Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin, followed by a big doubleheader. First, Marino's Dolphins face Bledsoe's Patriots, or the Raiders battle the Redskins. Then, the Cowboys. Troy Aikman and America's team hosts Elway and the Broncos. The NFL on NBC next Sunday.
It's been a scoreless fourth quarter. Oakland up 17-7, and really, Randy, the story of the game, turnovers, 3 for the Chargers, and all the points scored off of it.
Exactly. Very simply put, it's the difference between 94 and so far this first game in 95. The Chargers never beat themselves last year.
And the Raiders will, of course, keep it on the ground. As Compton heads up the middle, those turnovers, the Humphrey interception, the Means fumble, and then the Coleman costly dropping of the punt.
Timeout again by the Chargers, so that'll do it for them. That's 0 left for the Chargers.
Final one taken with 4:18 left in the game, and Bobby Ross trailing by 10. We'll take a timeout and send you back to our New York studios and Greg Gumbel.
All right, Dan, here is the good news in Pittsburgh. The Steelers beat the Lions today 23-20 on a last-second Norm Johnson field goal. The bad news, Rod Woodson, the all-pro cornerback, could be lost for the season. The AP is reporting tonight that Woodson damaged a ligament in his knee today and is probably out for the year. The Steelers tell us they won't know until an MRI is taken later tonight. And quarterback Neil O'Donnell broke the pinky on his throwing hand. His status is unknown for next week. Let's send you back out to Oakland now. Dan Hicks and Randy Cross. Dan?
All right, thank you very much, Greg. Costly indeed for the Steelers if they're going to play the rest of that season without Woodson. But Oakland in command here. 17-7 Chargers out of timeout. But a big third down here if they can hold. 3rd and 6. Just no one open for Hostetler as he rolled right.
Very smart play by Hostetler there. Wasn't sure he saw the first down markers, but he also saw the sideline. And as soon as he saw that sideline, he slid right down, stayed inbound, keep that clock running.
Well, the Raiders, if you remember last year's season opener at San Francisco, lost 44-14, and that was one of the things that Mike White told us. Hey, we got blown out the field in the season opener last year. That cannot happen this year. So now, Andre Coleman, see if he can shield the sun out of his eyes this time. Falls for the fair catch at the 17. 39-yard punt by Gossett. And a reminder that following the game on most of these stations, it's the Television Academy Hall of Fame, followed by Lost Civilizations. Viewers on the West Coast will see these shows at their regularly scheduled time, so they can line up on NBC tonight. No timeouts left for the San Diego Chargers. Trailing by 10, 17-7. Their only score came back in the second quarter. Raiders have all 3 of those left. At the 18 is where it begins. 3:42 left. And Humphrey's going down deep, and it's complete to Sean Jefferson. So a big strike to Jefferson of 33 yards gets the Chargers a spark.
And remember 2 things we told you about the no-quit Humphreys type attitude this offense is infected with. And remember the big play striking ability. You get bored to death sometimes watching the run, and Natron means you forget about these receivers. You cannot let up as a defense against any one of these wide receivers. Jefferson, Say, or Martin.
Just inside Raider territory at the 49. Going deep again. And he had Tony Martin, Albert Lewis on the coverage, but Martin was open.
The second time we've seen that. You've got a receiver open. Good move right here by Martin. A little double in and out dink. He's got Lewis turned around. Not much inside help from Anderson on that one, or Hoskins, number 20, coming into the screen. That was a great chance for Humphreys to get downtown and get some points.
Second down and 10. 3:28 left. Flag has been thrown, and that will stop play.
Ball start. Prior to the snap, offense number 86. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And another costly penalty for the Chargers.
There's Papunu right here. Watch him do the false start. Just a little quiver and go, but that's just enough. Bad mental mistake at a very bad time for the Chargers.
Now they're asking for more time on the play clock. As we continue to show you more scores from week 1 in the NFL.
That's when your execution as an offensive receiver group is really tested. This is when the timing between those quarterbacks and receivers is tested. You want to look for a breakdown. You want to look for a relaxed defensive back to try to take advantage. And Humphries just tried to dump it, and he ended up dumping it right into the numbers of Pat Swilling.
Knocked it down for the Raiders.
It was a nice job, too, by Rob Fredrickson. He was all over Harmon. Harmon was the guy that he's trying to dump this ball off to.
It could be pass.
Hit him right in the elbow with that one, and, you know, they can take consolation. They actually make yards on that, because if you throw that to Harmon, I think it is a loss of a couple of yards. Third down, 15. Humphries downfield, overthrown. Good pressure up front by Aaron Wallace. The advantage the Raiders defense has against San Diego right now at this point, they can rush for and get pressure. They're physically pressuring Humphries. They're able to drop 7, and those holes and gaps that Humphries is looking into to get his receivers the ball are shrinking, not inches by inches, yards by yards right now.
So it's come down to this. 4th down, and they need 15. They trail by 10.
So far today, the guy to go to has been Martin.
And they won't get it. Batted down by Eddie Anderson. And the Raiders will take over on downs. Ronnie Harmon was the intended receiver out of the backfield. And things look bleak for Ross with 3:13 left. And he's out of timeouts. And I think the fans can smell the victory. They've waited a long time for football to return to the Bay Area.
Well, I wouldn't celebrate too soon if I was the Raider fans right now, because Bobby Ross's football team just has a knack of making things happen. And the most important thing for the Raiders, running the ball, and they have not run the ball very well to get this clock run out right now.
And Fenner gets the call. Lined up in the backfield that time with Eric Ball. Reuben Davis, whose number we haven't called much today, makes the stop.
Reuben Davis assisting on the tackle.
And we've already told you about the breaking news reported on NBC earlier today. No evidence of a salary cap violation in regards to Dan Marino's investments with Wayne Izenga. The Raiders here will fight the NFL's lawsuit that was slapped on them Thursday. And Deion Sanders, well, video company Sega trying to figure out what uniform he's going to be in, so pressured by that company. And 2:30 left. And keeping well protected of the ball is Derek Fenner.
And that'll take it down to the 2 minutes. Good job of covering that ball up and also taking that late cut back inside and not taking the risk of being bounced outside and out of bounds.
For Orlando. On the stop for San Diego. And are the Oakland Raiders just 2 minutes away from their first victory here in 13 years?
I got it!
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Actually, Abercrombie & Kent isn't in the business of travel at all. We're really in the business of satisfying people's dreams. You go to university, you grow as a person. I believe travel is every bit as important as university. I think the American Express card gives one the confidence and the security to go to the farthest corners of the globe. Everybody knows the card, so it's just part of the culture.
Only one satellite TV system offers the most sports, from most channels to the best coverage. The Full View Satellite TV system. It's one giant leap in home television.
Houston, could you repeat then the whole thing again, please?
Get free home installation. Call 1-800-FULL-VIEW for a dealer near you.
A Ryder Cup brings about a pressure that's unlike any other pressure these players have to play on.
The pride. It's what it is. It's pride. Do we have the best players, or do they have the best players?
You're representing your country, and here's an opportunity to show the world what it's all about.
Coming September 23rd and 24th on NBC.
2-minute warning in Oakland. And the Raiders with the ball at the Charger 39. Trying to eat up time. That will bring up 4th down, and the clock never moved until just a second ago. So I'm sure there'll be more clock discussion.
Who hired this clock operator? We had him at the end of the first half.
Ball number 42.
Now it is stopped at 1:53.
And Hostetler's going to get his nickels worth in there trying to instruct him where the clock should be.
Clock to read 1 minute and 38 seconds.
So down to 1:38 to go. But Jeff Hostetler told us in regards to this Raider fan, you made the mention that the home field advantage is back in Oakland. He said, I haven't seen fan support like this since my Giant days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very unique NFL crowd, and in a few weeks, when baseball's over and the configuration changes, the field you see right now going left to right is actually going to be completely turned 90 degrees. Where we're standing right now on the 50-yard line will be dead in the end zone. Right there where the goalposts are, that's going to be a view down the 50-yard line.
So Gossett back to punt.
Hey, back to kill the clock.
1:23 in counting. Coleman's still waiting at the 10. And they will simply let the play clock roll and take the penalty. Time now down to 1:12 as the Chargers need 2 scores. Touchdown field goal doesn't get it. They need both. Down by 10.
Delay on number 7 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So the football moved back to the 45.
You know, really, Dan, when you talk about this game and the way things are going for the Raiders, you know who this win is really for? This win is for the thousands and thousands of Raider fans that stayed Raider fans that 13-plus years when they went to Los Angeles. They kept the faith that this team was going to come back here to Oakland, would play another game here in front of them. I mean, this really who should be this game should be dedicated from the Raiders organization standpoint.
How rare of a circumstance is that? Gossett sends it over Coleman's head. It'll be a touchback out to the 20. I believe it's the very first time that a franchise has left the city and come back to the very same spot. So a really unique situation and atmosphere here today.
And Mike White joins the winning coaches in the NFL's list. Not many coaches get the opportunity to start with a team like this. A great guy that I actually had the pleasure of having my offensive line coach my early years in San Francisco. And, you know, what a pleasure for a guy like this to be able to win his opening game. And, you know, from the other side of the coin here, by no means is this any kind of a deflating, debilitating loss. If it doesn't turn into a loss for Bobby Ross and these Chargers, they have way too much character.
Humphreys complete to Harmon. Harmon gets the first down, but the clock continues to roll. Remember, the Chargers are out of timeouts.
Yeah, a play like that over in the middle of the field does nothing really but sort of aid in the Raiders' cause of running out the clock.
Gain of 12 yards.
And they wind it again under 50 seconds. Harmon.
The 42 should made no effort to get out of bounds. There's a lot of give up in that there, though. Don't like those last 2 plays, but this is a very proud, very talented Charger team. They'll be back.
Humphreys to the left to Papunen. And the clock will continue to roll. Chargers try to hurry up to the line of scrimmage. They're in Raider territory to the 47, but there's 8 seconds and counting left. And this will be it. Humphreys will go down, and so will the San Diego Chargers. The Raiders are back in Oakland, and they come up with a victory in the opener. More than 13 years the fans have waited, and the team comes through with a 17-7 victory over the